Just a moment ago, an incredibly beautiful girl appeared before me. I went up to strike up a conversation, but she quoted a price of 3,000 yuan for one night. Since I didn't have enough money, she was led away by another man. That's right, the country bumpkin just now was me. My name is Zhao Yu. In my previous life, I accidentally fell to my death and transmigrated into this police officer's body. And in that past life, I was a triad boss. Now I'm a member of the Major Crimes Unit. Not long ago, because I didn't want to work overtime, I had a huge argument with Captain Liu. It's certain I can't stay at the police station much longer. What should I do then? Go back to my old profession, perhaps. While Zhao Yu was lost in thought, a system interface suddenly appeared. Miracle system successfully activated. Randomly selecting a reward for you. Zhao Yu looked at this system with little joy in his heart. After all, everything he once had was gone. What was the use of this system? In this godforsaken place, I don't know anyone. Is this old man referring to himself supposed to live a lonely life in this world? Just as Zhao Yu was feeling disappointed, he suddenly saw an exceptionally beautiful girl, and his eyes immediately lit up. Damn, this girl is a real stunner. Zhao Yu then approached to strike up a conversation. Unexpectedly, the girl dropped a bombshell 3,000 yuan for the night. Zhao Yu was instantly irked. 3,000 my ass! I don't even have 1,000 yuan in my savings account. Just as Zhao Yu was about to haggle, the girl was led away by another man. Zhao Yu, annoyed, noticed the guy staring at him and promptly gave him an internationally recognized middle finger. But then he recalled that during a Major Crimes Unit briefing, it was mentioned that their city had seen 3 consecutive rape cases involving a taser. The victims were all young, beautiful women, scantily clad and had questionable lifestyles. The incidents mostly occurred near entertainment venues like bars. The third victim had scratched the assailant's face, and they had obtained a blood sample from the suspect, which was currently being cross-referenced. Zhao Yu thought, that guy has a scratch on his face. Could he be the taser rapist the team is hunting? But then again, the police are there to catch criminals, so why should I get involved? Still, should I play the hero? A moment later, in an alley behind the bar, Zhao Yu, shameless as ever, followed. When it came to tailing, he was still an expert. Approaching, he found a man collapsed on the ground. Zhao Yu noted his stiff, unnatural posture undoubtedly caused by a taser. He was now certain the man in the alley was the taser rapist. He then picked up a baseball bat and approached. Seeing the man about to make his move, Zhao Yu swung the bat without mercy. And just like that, after the evidence was cross-referenced, Zhao Yu had successfully solved his first case. Everyone was bewildered. How could the guy who had just argued with Captain Liu Changhu suddenly solve a case Zhao Yu couldn't care less about their opinions? Moreover, he hadn't expected that working in this unit and catching criminals would also earn him reward money. It seemed that continuing as a police officer wasn't so bad after all. Along with solving the case, the system also rewarded Zhao Yu with an invisible listening device. When used, it provided stealthy, untraceable eavesdropping capabilities, undetectable by any equipment for a duration of 48 hours. Zhao Yu deduced, so the miracle system arranged for me to encounter the criminal. Does the 75% completion rate refer to how well I completed the miracle mission? If I hadn't followed the rapist from the bar earlier, this completion rate would have been even lower. No matter how many coincidences the system sets up, whether I can seize those opportunities and complete the miracle ultimately depends on me. With this miracle system, if I encounter similar cases in the future, will I be able to solve them just like today? Then not only will there be reward money, but I'll also be surrounded by beautiful women. And so Zhao Yu drifted off to sleep, lost in this beautiful dream. However, Zhao Yu hadn't anticipated that his roommate's snoring would be louder than thunder, forcing him to wander outside until 500 a.m. Just as Zhao Yu was contemplating whether to rent a place outside, the miracle system activated again, randomly selecting a reward for you. Zhao Yu wondered if this miracle system operated based on the principles of Bagua, the 8 trigrams. A girl stumbled towards him, desperately crying for help. Just as Zhao Yu turned to look, she collapsed. Later, the television news reported that a police officer, Officer Zhao something, had discovered a young woman. He had administered first aid to stop the bleeding and called for backup. Currently, the girl was identified as Song Yi, and her life was not in immediate danger. Watching the news report on TV, Zhao Yu felt a bit displeased. This crappy 2D animation is garbage. It doesn't capture my handsome and heroic demeanor at all. Later, when Zhao Yu went to question the victim, Song Yi flew into a rage. It's been so long and you haven't found a single trace of the criminal. All you do is come here and question me. Are you police officers good for anything besides lazing around? And so Zhao Yu was thoroughly scolded by the victim and shooed out. But Zhao Yu paid it no mind. He took the case file from his junior colleague Miao Ying and reviewed it. The perpetrator had hidden in the victim's car, drugged her, then driven to a deserted alley to sever her hand. Waking up in the car the next morning, she had panicked, gotten out and run to a nearby KFC for help, which is when she encountered him. At this point, Miao Ying said, "Senior brother, this is the infamous severed hand case. There have been 3 victims already. The team has been tearing their hair out for a whole year without a single clue. You and Captain Liu Changhu have already made a big boast. If you can't solve it, how will you face everyone? And don't forget, if team leader Ku Ping solves it before you, you'll have lost the bet." Seeing Miao Ying's worried expression, Zhao Yu calmly replied, "What's there to be afraid of? Anything is possible. Besides, that miraculous system of mine activated again today. Thanks to it, these past few days, I not only caught the taser rapist but also managed to rent this apartment. As long as I have this system, I am a super detective." Then Zhao Yu asked, "What about the other 2 victims? What's their situation? Miao Ying explained. The first victim was Gao Tian, on April 22nd of last year. So a year ago she came to our city for a music festival. Afterwards, she was knocked unconscious in an underground pedestrian tunnel, and her right hand was severed. The second victim, Yuan Lily, her case is even stranger. She was asleep in her own home and woke up to find her hand missing. What's even more baffling is that her security door showed no signs of forced entry, meaning the perpetrator must have had a key. The most bizarre part is that in all three cases, the perpetrator managed to evade all surveillance cameras. We haven't even seen a shadow of him. He's like a ghost. After listening to the briefing, Zhao Yu coolly remarked, "Well, if I lose, you can lend me some money, all right?" A little later near the hospital, Zhao Yu was taking a stroll with Miao Ying. He saw a camel up ahead. Just as Miao Ying was about to pull Zhao Yu over to take a picture, a shout came from behind, "Thief! Thief!" Miao Ying took one look and recognized it was a thief, immediately calling for Zhao Yu to chase after him. But Zhao Yu didn't want to bother. "After all, we're the major crimes unit. Why should we handle petty theft? Don't you want to take a picture? Hurry up, the camel is getting impatient." Before Zhao Yu could finish speaking, a girl ran up from behind, panting heavily. Zhao Yu's eyes widened in shock. "Tao Jia, isn't this my girlfriend from my previous life? Could it be that I'm not the only one who transmigrated?" Thinking this, Zhao Yu's heart raced. He immediately jumped onto the camel and chased after the thief. Seeing the situation was not good, the thief quickly pulled out a dagger from his chest. By this time, Zhao Yu had caught up. Seeing the thief pull out a knife, he directly slapped him. "Damn it, you dare pull out a knife!" Just as the thief was about to counterattack, Zhao Yu directly hit him again with a road sign. The thief was now beaten to tears, and so, a chase between the police and a thief ended. Afterwards, at the nearby police station, Zhao Yu was being relentlessly scolded. "Is there any police officer who causes public damage like you? People are about to blow up the station's phone line. The entire alley has been trampled beyond recognition by your camel." Zhao Yu naturally didn't care. Suddenly, the rescued girl Tao Jia proactively said, "Thank you. I'm a nurse at the central hospital. If you need anything, just find me there." Zhao Yu thought to himself, this isn't the Tao Jia from the other world. Although they share the same name and look very similar, she could never be a nurse. Moreover, thinking this, Zhao Yu directly said, "If you don't mind, let's exchange contact information." No matter who she was, he couldn't miss another chance. A moment later, the system suddenly displayed a new notification. "This miracle encounter has been completed. Completion rate 72%. Received invisible tracking device." Zhao Yu realized that the miracles arranged by the system were random. He wanted to solve a case, but it led him to meet Tao Jia. "I need to carefully study the operating principles of this system to make it work for me. Otherwise, it will meddle in matters unrelated to the case. I must rely on my own strength to solve cases. I need more information related to the case." Thinking this, Zhao Yu led Miao Ying to the office of Team B of the Major Crimes Unit. Unexpectedly, the captain of Team B mocked Zhao Yu. "Do you take us for your workhorses? Everyone in our team from top to bottom is either out investigating and interviewing or reviewing surveillance footage. We are the ones who solve problems with action, not just by flapping our gums like you." But Zhao Yu completely ignored the team captain, his eyes shining as he stared intently at the case analysis board behind him. The captain, meanwhile, was thinking, "Previously, the leadership praised my recent performance. They said I could freely deploy Team A's personnel. If I quickly solved the taser rape case, becoming a captain wouldn't be far off, but now the case has been snatched by Zhao Yu. Why didn't I notice before? Team A actually has such a reckless guy who unexpectedly rushed out to steal my case." Zhao Yu looked at the case analysis board and thought to himself, could it be that in my past life I was always caught because these guys are quite meticulous? My picture must have been posted here quite a few times back then, huh? At this moment, the team captain blocked Zhao Yu's view. "I heard you made a bet with Captain Liu Changhu that you would personally solve the hand-chopping case. Did you run out of clues and come to Team B for help? Do you need my assistance?" Zhao Yu looked at him contemptuously. After a moment of silence, he directly cornered the captain against the wall and said, "Thanks, but don't misunderstand. I only came here to ask for some files on the hand-chopping case. If you're afraid I'll solve the case before you and steal your credit, then forget it. I just see you all working so hard, yet still unable to catch the culprit, and I feel anxious for you." Then he casually walked away, as if nothing had happened. Suddenly, Zhao Yu chuckled to himself. "Luckily, I'm smart. I've already attached the invisible listening device the system gave me to their whiteboard. This time, all your information will be mine. After all, besides me, no one else can see this thing. May." Soon after Zhao Yu heard through the device, according to tests, Luo Mina was drugged with 2 types of anesthetics, an inhalant and an intravenous one. One of them is used to anesthetize large animals. Zhao Yu was startled. Could it be veterinary medicine? The voice from the earpiece continued. The victim's right hand was severed with a powerful axe-like force in a single chop. The first victim was dragged by the culprit into an underground pedestrian tunnel. The culprit is likely a man of great strength. The forensic examiner said the culprit avoided the hardest part of the wrist bone, so the possibility of a female culprit cannot be ruled out. The forensics team found traces of glue in Luo Mina's car. The culprit must have applied a special reflective film. When the incident occurred, many traffic cameras captured the car, but not even a hint of the driver's silhouette could be seen. After listening, Zhao Yu frowned in thought. Why wouldn't they want their silhouette to be captured? What would the silhouette reveal? Could it be because it would reveal the culprit is a woman? The 3 victims don't know each other. Is the culprit striking randomly? Perhaps they are psychologically disturbed or perverted. Why take the hand and not the foot? After some thought, Zhao Yu began to deduce the culprit's motive: revenge. His colleagues in Team A looked puzzled. How do you know? Zhao Yu confidently turned his head and replied, just a wild guess. Elsewhere, a woman was sitting at a table crossing out Luo Mina's name on a whiteboard. It seemed she was about to carry out the fourth hand chopping. After that, Zhao Yu stayed up all night reanalyzing the case. The culprit hides the severed hands in a place only they know. Each time they take them out to look, their hatred diminishes a little, and then they store them like trophies. Why were all of them missing their right hand? Zhao Yu looked at his own right hand, thinking he had an inspiration. Unexpectedly, Zhao Yu directly called out, "System, give me some hints." By morning after a sleepless night, Zhao Yu received a phone call. The caller was a female student. The student said very flatteringly, "We are partners, right?" Recalling a previous incident, Zhao Yu had taken a female student to the back of Mount Hochnick to sell something for money. Just as the female student begged, Zhao Yu directly said, "All right, I'll help you keep it a secret. As for the dirty money, don't even mention it." After that, Zhao Yu tricked the female student and directly rented her father's house. It seemed he had chosen the right person that evening. The reward provider was this young lady. But to ensure the rental went smoothly, Zhao Yu still asked, "If you have something to say, just say it." The female student's eyes immediately lit up and she replied, "Accompany me to school for the parent-teacher conference." This startled Zhao Yu. "Are you kidding me?" But the female student wouldn't let go, hugging Zhao Yu tightly. "I've already blocked my dad's messages and copied them all to your phone." Zhao Yu looked worried. "If your dad finds out and kicks me out, where will I sleep?" The female student once again used her wheedling tactic. "Dad, help me out. If Dad doesn't have a place to sleep, I'll give you my room. Please, Dad. Oh, Dad." The female student looked at Zhao Yu with a smile, thinking he had agreed. Unexpectedly, Zhao Yu uttered, "Even if you call me Dad, I'm not going." A little later, Zhao Yu still obediently went to the school to attend the parent-teacher conference because the female student had threatened him earlier. "We're two grasshoppers on the same string. If my dad attends the parent-teacher conference, my skipping school and hacking accounts will be exposed, and you won't have any money to earn. Plus, you're a police officer. Things will get serious then." Zhao Yu was helpless, not expecting to be played by this little swindler. Watching the piano performance on stage, Zhao Yu started thinking again. Such beautiful hands, what should be used to chop them? Then Zhao Yu overheard a conversation between two people on stage. "Normally, I wouldn't have guessed your piano skills were so high. What's this? I'm already past my prime. 20 years ago, I even participated in a piano competition here and almost got accepted into the Capital Conservatory of Music. If I had tried a bit harder back then, I might have a different life now." Back then, number 2 middle school was the peak of our city's music scene. This place has produced quite a few talents. Hearing this, Zhao Yu had a hunch. "I remember the second victim, Yuan Lily, was a music teacher at a university. Her piano skills must be quite high. The first victim, Gao Tian, had her hand chopped off on the day she attended a music festival. He then called Miao Ying and asked her to check if they had any connection to the piano. Because if both of them are related to the piano, then the third victim, Luo Mina, might be as well." As the phone rang, Miao Ying also reported that the music festival Gao Tian attended was a piano tour. Hearing this news, Zhao Yu was extremely excited and directly cursed, "Son of a bitch," causing other parents to look displeased. Zhao Yu continued to ask, "What about Luo Mina then?" All three of them reached piano level 10, just the timing of their certification exams was different. Zhao Yu told Miao Ying to continue investigating their piano learning experiences. "Any classmates from that time?" Since it's revenge, the culprit must know them and know they play the piano. It's very likely the culprit also knows how to play the piano, but what exactly caused them and the culprit to intersect? Zhao Yu suddenly remembered the conversation between the two people on stage earlier. 20 years ago, I even participated in a piano competition here, and almost got accepted into the Capital Conservatory of Music. Zhao Yu immediately confirmed in his heart. It was a competition. They participated in the same competition as the victims, and were pushed out by them, so they harbored resentment, leading them to commit acts of revenge. Thinking this, he became even more excited. The incessant ringing of his phone made the teacher speaking on stage unable to bear it any longer, and prepare to confront Zhao Yu. At this moment, Miao Ying continued to report, "I found it. All three of them participated in our city's 10th high school piano competition. The three of them made it to the finals." Hearing this news, Zhao Yu shouted, "Holy cow!" His excitement was uncontrollable. He then asked, "Where was the competition held, and who else participated?" Miao Ying quickly replied, "This was 18 years ago. The investigators need a little more time. The competition venue is available now. It was at the music hall of our number 12 middle school." Zhao Yu turned his head, looked, and confirmed, "It's right here." At this moment, the teacher had walked up to Zhao Yu. Just as the teacher was about to reprimand him before he could even open his mouth, Zhao Yu grabbed him and asked, "Is there a list from the 10th piano competition here?" Zhao Yu was even more certain in his heart that the culprit's name must be on that list. After that, Zhao Yu along with a few teachers searched for the award list of the competition from 20 years ago. But because there were too many documents, the two teachers were speechless from exhaustion. "Maybe we should just give up." "That's right, it's been too long. There's no point in keeping this kind of competition material. It was probably discarded long ago." But Zhao Yu calmly comforted them. "You don't need to rush, just keep looking. I'll stay and encourage everyone." Suddenly a bell rang, and Miao Ying also announced, "I've got the piano competition list." Zhao Yu smiled inwardly. Soon after he arrived at the doorstep of the 10th person on the list, Zhao Shan. Zhao Shan, supporting her pregnant belly, said, "Our competition that year was quite grand. Provincial leaders came and the judges were all very professional teachers from art universities. At that time, the top 3 were directly selected by prestigious schools. The 4th to 6th place were also accepted by the provincial normal university. After 6th place, people like me were considered ordinary contestants." After listening, Zhao Yu thought to himself, perhaps because of that competition, the culprit lived a life they didn't want. Miao Ying, however, was angry. This is already the 3rd person. Moreover, she has the biggest suspicion, but with her belly so big, how could she go around chopping hands? If the culprit isn't on this list, are we supposed to kill all the contestants who participated in the competition? But Zhao Yu felt this was a good idea. Or maybe we should just tie her up and take her back directly. At this moment, Miao Ying looked at Zhao Yu and felt something was different about him. Zhao Yu didn't hide it. "Yeah, because in my previous life, I was a gangster. I just transmigrated and haven't gotten used to being a police officer yet." But Miao Ying had other thoughts. "I mean, the dark circles under your eyes are bigger. You should go home and rest a bit. You've barely slept these past few days. Maybe after a good sleep your mind will be clearer, and you can think of a clue. Your direction is definitely right. The hand-chopping case is definitely related to this competition." Zhao Yu then thought about the system's previous display. "This miracle encounter has been completed. Completion rate 88%. Received universal lock-picking device. Can crack single locks and 6-digit electronic codes." This greatly surprised Zhao Yu. Such a high completion rate. Could it be that attending the parent-teacher conference and discovering case clues this time is related to the system? I'll go back and restart the system to see. After that, the two went their separate ways to rest. Zhao Yu had already guessed that if the culprit like last year strikes every 3 days, then the 4th victim might appear tomorrow. "I have to catch you before then." After a night at 500 a.m., a girl's shout suddenly came from outside the door. "Zhao Yu, open the door quickly. I heard you coughing in there in the middle of the night." Zhao Yu, still drowsy, woke up and suddenly remembered that he had ruined the parent-teacher conference yesterday because of the case. The female student Jiang Xiaoqin must have come to settle scores. Thinking this, Zhao Yu immediately jumped up and ran around looking for a place to hide. Just as Jiang Xiaoqin was about to enter, she found the room empty. She checked everywhere again but found that there was really no one, so she could only angrily slam the door and leave. Only then did Zhao Yu sneakily jump over from another balcony. "I almost forgot this little girl is the landlord and has a key to my room." Then Zhao Yu tried to open the door again but found it locked. "Damn it! Why did this kid lock the door too? How am I supposed to get in now? Maybe I should go through the neighbor's place." He remembered the landlord mentioning that the apartment next door had 4 beautiful women all top-notch working at a nightclub. Zhao Yu thought, this old man referring to himself is too familiar with this profession. It's not even 6 o'clock yet, so they definitely haven't finished work. With this guess in mind, he entered the next-door apartment. As expected, no one was home. But unexpectedly, a beautiful woman in a red dress walked out of the bedroom. Zhao Yu was startled and blurted out, "Holy shit!" The female neighbor, discovering someone had run into her house, let out a loud scream, directly scaring Zhao Yu into quickly covering her mouth. He thought to himself, this time even jumping into the Yellow River won't wash away my crime. When the woman saw his face clearly, she happily called out, "Officer, is it really you? Do you still remember me? You're the one who saved me from the taser rapist." Zhao Yu recalled the incident at the bar a few days ago. So it was her? Zhao Yu then explained, "I live next door, but unfortunately I got locked out on the balcony. I thought no one was home in your apartment, so I wanted to borrow a way out. I didn't expect you to be home." After listening, the woman explained, "This is normal. I'd usually be at work by this time, but that incident left me a bit traumatized, so I wanted to rest a bit. But there's one thing I find a bit strange. How did you know that taser rapist was going to attack me? Was it a police officer's intuition, or were you following me?" Zhao Yu replied righteously, "Among the women present, there none were more beautiful than you. Perhaps my taste and the criminals are the same." As soon as these words were spoken, they directly made the woman laugh. "Officer Zhao, you truly live up to your reputation as a master of romance. My roommate won't be back until noon. It's a rare opportunity, so how about we—" Just as the two were about to engage in some cultural exchange, the woman's phone lit up. Zhao Yu noticed the phone wallpaper was a picture of her playing the piano in the past. The woman said, "I was still in school back then." Zhao Yu immediately became interested and asked, "You know how to play the piano too?" The woman replied, "Unexpected, right? I was forced by my mother to practice piano since I was young. I'm piano level 10. In high school, I even participated in our school's piano competition." Zhao Yu immediately asked, "Which competition was it?" "The 10th one." "Why do you ask?" Zhao Yu thought to himself. "So she's from the same batch as the culprit. Do you know Gao Tianyuan Lily or Luo Mena?" The woman looked unfamiliar. "That was the final round. I wasn't lucky enough to even make it into the top 20. Say, officer, why are you investigating a case again? Do you know about the hand-chopping case?" The woman was startled. "The one that's been all over the internet recently," Zhao Yu continued. "The people whose hands were chopped off all participated in this competition." At this point, the woman started to worry. Does this mean I might also be in danger? Are all the current targets people from the final round? Can you tell me any details you remember about the competition? Anyone, anything is fine. Only then can we solve the case sooner. At this moment, the woman pondered. If you say so, something strange did happen that year. A little later, Zhao Yu and Miao Ying were discussing the clue they just got. Li Dan was already a famous prodigy in the county before the competition. Before she was 12, her piano level had already surpassed grade 10. She was originally set to enter the finals with her outstanding achievements, but suddenly withdrew on the eve of the final round. Miao Ying guessed perhaps someone bribed her to withdraw so they could enter the finals. But Zhao Yu didn't think so. I heard Li Dan's family situation wasn't good. They sold their ancestral home for her to learn piano. This was her only chance in life. No matter how much money the other party offered, she wouldn't have given it up. And because this was her only chance in life, only by entering the top 3 could her destiny change. So something must have happened during that competition. After hearing this, Miao Ying asked further, "But what do we do now? Even the police department can't find any information about her family. It's like her family evaporated from the face of the earth." And Zhao Yu first reconfirmed the situation of the next potential victim, then went to find an expert to locate that famous person. But Miao Ying hesitated. "You mean Zhang Jingfeng asking him for help is very expensive. He only works if there's a benefit for him. People in the team have been angered by him countless times. Everyone even gave him the nickname Eel King." Zhao Yu heard this and became interested. "Then I'll take you to catch an eel." The scene shifted to a billiard hall. The person who arrived was Zhao Yu, but the other party seemed a bit contemptuous. "What wind blew young brother Zhao here?" Zhao Yu remembered calling Blondie the other day to ask for help finding someone, but Blondie had used the excuse of having diarrhea to avoid him. Now Zhao Yu had come to his door and got straight to the point. "Help or not, give me a straight answer." The other party replied, "What's the rush with official business?" The people next to him also kept jeering. "Is this guy stupid? It's not like his family member died." That's right. What a stiff." The other party continued. "It's rare for us brothers to gather. Let's play 2 games first." Zhao Yu didn't rush to reply. "How big are the stakes?" The other party heard this and became interested. "Oh, young brother is an insider, huh? We all draw a fixed salary from the state. How about 50 yuan per cue stick? Then how many sticks do I get to hit?" The other party laughed. "What do you mean by that? Hit as many as you want." In the next second, Zhao Yu directly broke a billiard cue. Break 1, pay 50 yuan. Then 2, then 3. By the 4th cue, the hooligans were furious. "Damn it, are you looking to die?" But unexpectedly, Zhao Yu slapped one of them. "Do you know you have bad breath?" And with a kick sent another flying. "Didn't your mother teach you to brush your teeth morning and night?" The angry hooligans directly called their underlings. "You guys hurry up and get me something to beat him to death." Seeing this situation, Zhao Yu instructed Miao Ying, "Stand over there and don't move. It just so happens this old man referring to himself hasn't stretched his muscles in a long time." As a group of people rushed forward, Zhao Yu took them down one by one with his fists, knocking them all out. The other party, seeing all his men knocked down, lost all his previous arrogance. "Brother Zhao, I'll investigate for you right away." So Zhao Yu directly grabbed the other party and took him away. "Let's go. I'll treat you to drinks next time." A little later, Zhang Jingfeng also confirmed, "It should be here. People get sick. No matter how they change their names, their medical information remains. 15 years ago, her father was hospitalized several times for heart disease. Last May, her mother was hospitalized in the oncology department." Miao Ying looked very surprised. "So they never left the city at all." The informant continued, "This is her home address, but they might have registered a fake address." Arriving at the address, Zhao Yu looked around. This place is less than 100 meters from where the 3rd victim's hand was chopped off. She could avoid the cameras in the alley either because she's too familiar with the area, or because she basically lives there. After chopping the hand, she just brazenly walked home. Could someone go to such lengths for fame and fortune? At this moment, Zhao Yu and the others had arrived at Li Dan's front door. "Excuse me, is Li Dan here?" After the two entered, Zhao Yu immediately asked, "Did your daughter play the piano before?" Li Dan's mother said piano is the biggest taboo in our house. After her father passed away, we never mentioned it again. Zhao Yu continued to ask, "Did something happen?" Li Dan's mother recounted the events of the past. Dandan Li Dan's nickname was always a very hardworking child. She won awards in piano competitions in the county, city, and province. More than 10 years ago, at that number 2 middle school competition, she was the 3rd contestant and steadily entered the finals. Li Dan felt there wasn't much difference between her and the top 2, so she wanted to increase the difficulty of her optional piece in the finals. The organizers arranged practice time a day before. That day, after the last person had left, it was Dandan's turn. She was practicing very intently when suddenly, she let out a tragic scream. There was blood everywhere on the piano and on the floor. Her right middle finger had been forcefully cut, damaging the tendon and joint. After being taken to the hospital, the doctor said it would be best if they could find the severed part of the small finger and reattach it. Otherwise, she might be disabled. For a child who considered piano, her life and immobile finger was like a death sentence. So her father hurriedly went back to the number 2 middle school theater to search, but found that the blood on the piano was gone. The piano had been wiped clean, and Dandan's fingertip was nowhere to be found. Afterwards, the organizers didn't want Dandan's incident to affect the other contestants, so they suppressed the matter until the competition ended. But at that time, the police couldn't find any evidence, only saying that what cut her finger was a type of sharp razor blade placed upside down in the crevice of a black piano key. It was a position not commonly used. Only Dandan, who chose that piece, would play it, and it was a very strong, accented note. The person who placed the razor blade was extremely jealous of Dandan's talent, worried they would lose. Dandan's hand after physical therapy recovered a little, but just seeing a piano would scare her. She was hurt not only physically but also emotionally. Her father also developed heart disease because of this, was hospitalized several times and then passed away. After listening to Lee Dan's mother's account, Zhao Yu judged, with the current information it can be inferred that she is the biggest suspect. We just lack evidence. Then Zhao Yu looked towards the locked door behind them and asked, "Whose room is that?" Lee Dan's mother told Zhao Yu, "It's Dan's room. She's gone to work. These few days she's touring the countryside with a theater troupe. She probably won't be back for a few days." Zhao Yu thought, the culprit used reflective film to shield herself in the victim's car. That's something theater troupes often use. He then spoke truthfully to Lee Dan's mother. "To be honest with you, your daughter is currently involved in a case. Someone wants to harm her. It might be the person who placed the razor blade back then. Perhaps she holds some evidence, so we need to check her room." Although Lee Dan's mother said she doesn't like people entering her room and would be angry if she found out Zhao Yu comforted her. "Don't worry, we're just ensuring her safety. We won't let her find out someone entered her room. We are professionals." As Zhao Yu took out the universal lockpicking device and directly unlocked the door the moment the door opened, a skull suddenly appeared before them. This really startled Miao Ying, who immediately wanted to call the police. It was only when Lee Dan's mother turned on the light that things calmed down a bit. Then Zhao Yu asked, "Has your daughter studied medicine, or things like anesthesiology and anatomy?" Lee Dan's mother honestly replied, "No, but she once worked as an assistant at a veterinary clinic." Zhao Yu recalled the previous report. According to tests, Luo Mina was drugged with 2 types of anesthetics, an inhalant and an intravenous one. One of them is used to anesthetize large animals. All the victims were anesthetized before their hands were chopped off. Zhao Yu looked around. Why doesn't this room even have a desk? Just as Lee Dan's mother was worrying, Zhao Yu lifted the bed to look, then put it back down and directly said, "Found it. Your daughter indeed holds very important information very useful to us police. Please wait in the living room for a moment. My colleague and I need to take photos for evidence." Lee Dan's mother asked very worriedly, "So is my daughter in danger?" Zhao Yu deceptively reassured her, "Don't worry, I will inform our colleagues to protect her." After seeing Lee Dan's mother off, Miao Ying asked very confused, "Senior brother, why do you keep deceiving her?" Zhao Yu didn't explain much, directly opening the bedboard. Inside, all the severed hands of the victims were revealed along with all the criminal tools. This made Miao Ying worship him. "Senior brother, you're too amazing. How did you know there was a problem in her room?" Zhao Yu then explained, "Locking her own room door at home is strange enough. Lee Dan's injured hand that year was her right hand, same as the victim's. Her mother had surgery last May. The timing was just right after the first 2 hand choppings. After 9 months of chemotherapy, her condition stabilized, and only then did she commit the 3rd hand chopping. Now all the missing evidence is here. All of this was preparation for chopping hands. Now we can explain those strange methods of committing the crime." On the 24th, Li Dan went to the music festival with the first victim, Gao Tian. After it ended, she tailed Gao Tian. She drugged Gao Tian and dragged her into the electrical control room. After chopping off the hand, she didn't rush to leave the scene, but calmly put Gao Tian's hand into a formalin jar and hid it in the ventilation duct. Then she continued to hide in the ventilation duct until near dawn, when she blended in with the workers going to work to leave the stadium. And that hand, she only retrieved it 2 months after the incident. On the day of the hand chopping, she went directly to the rooftop next to the second victim, Yuan Lily's house. There, late on the night of the 25th, she used a ladder to climb onto Yuan Lily's rooftop. She had already prepared the victim's house key. Yuan Lily's house had long been bugged with listening devices, so Li Dan knew that Yuan Lily was home alone that night. After chopping off Yuan Lily's hand, she hid in the basement for 7 days before leaving. She even prepared a makeshift toilet, leaving not a single trace. After listening to the analysis, Miao Ying was astonished. This level of forbearance. How much must she hate the victims? Only one person harmed her that year. Does she now want to chop off everyone's hands before she's satisfied? Then Zhao Yu looked at the photos on the wall. "What's this water gun used for? And this grave, why has it collapsed?" Miao Ying suddenly called out, "Senior brother! This is Xiao Jiaying, the international trade businesswoman who emigrated to Australia. Why is there so much information about this person here?" Zhao Yu thought for a moment. On the previous list, the 3rd person was Xiao Luolu. Could she be the next victim? Zhao Yu looked at the time on the plane ticket beside it, flight arrival at 15 Hajir. It was already 16:15. Zhao Yu suddenly felt uneasy and immediately ran out. Then he confirmed, "I'll go find Li Dan. You take the evidence photographed here back to the police station quickly and get support." In the next second, Miao Ying immediately found the information. "Senior brother, I found it. Xiao Jiaying was indeed the 3rd person in that year's competition. Xiao Luolu was admitted to the National Music Academy, then studied abroad and became a businesswoman by trading musical instruments. So Xiao Luolu changed her name. But isn't this person currently in Australia?" Zhao Yu explained, "That grave belongs to Xiao Luolu's father. Li Dan must have deliberately created a hole in the grave and forged government documents for Xiao Luolu, claiming the grave had inexplicably collapsed to lure her back to the country and chop off her hand. There's not much time left. Xiao Luolu landed over an hour ago. I have to get there immediately." At this moment, the scene shifted to a cemetery. Xiao Jiaying had arrived at the cemetery. Not far away, a person dressed in black holding an axe was approaching. Meanwhile, Zhao Yu was speeding in his car. Miao Ying was also reporting, "I can't track Li Dan's phone. I can't find her location." Then Zhao Yu told Miao Ying to immediately trace Xiao Luolu's location. But now there was simply not enough time. Zhao Yu's mind raced. "Li Dan, where would you choose to chop the hand if Xiao Luolu has nothing else to do after leaving the airport? Where would she go directly to the cemetery? There are no cameras there, so it's indeed a good place to chop a hand." Once he confirmed the location in his mind, he sped towards it. At this time in the cemetery, Xiao Luolu had been drugged. The culprit had raised the axe, preparing to strike. But unexpectedly, Zhao Yu arrived in time. Seeing this, the culprit fled. Zhao Yu chased after her, discovering the opponent's stamina was surprisingly good. But finally the culprit found herself facing a wall with no escape route. Seeing this, Zhao Yu took out his handcuffs and advanced menacingly. Suddenly the culprit turned around and fired a tranquilizer dart from the water gun. Zhao Yu was startled. "That water gun? It's a tranquilizer gun!" Just like that, Zhao Yu was immediately knocked out by the tranquilizer. A little later, the main police force arrived at the scene, and Zhao Yu slowly regained consciousness. Opening his eyes, he saw forensic Dr. Wang Fei. Zhao Yu suddenly remembered what had just happened and struggled to get up. But because the drug hadn't worn off completely, Zhao Yu directly fell into Wang Fei's arms. After another moment, Zhao Yu finally fully regained his senses and hurriedly pulled Wang Fei up. Wang Fei, however, was a bit flirtatious. "I heard Team A has a rising rogue detective. I didn't expect it to be you." Zhao Yu, however, was nonchalant and emotionless. "I'm truly sorry about just now." Zhao Yu suddenly remembered Xiao Luolu. "Her hand, is it okay?" At this moment, the temporary leader of Team A, Liu Changhu, reprimanded him. "Why didn't you tell us these clues sooner? If the culprit gets away, it will be very difficult to catch her. You brat, you're not still thinking about that bet with me, are you?" But Miao Ying was very unconvinced. "Senior brother just found the clues. Besides, we didn't know if it was the wrong direction. If it was wrong, it would mislead everyone." At this time, Wang Fei also spoke up. "If it weren't for little Zhao being the first to arrive at the scene, Xiao Luolu's hand would be gone by now. He himself was hit by a tranquilizer dart, which is very dangerous." Suddenly, Zhao Yu burst out laughing and stepped forward. "We made it clear from the beginning. As long as I catch the culprit in this hand-chopping case, you'll pay for the compensation from last time." Everyone looked at Zhao Yu, thinking the tranquilizer had affected his brain. Just like that, amidst everyone's suspicion, Zhao Yu moved forward. Then with one kick, he smashed the wooden board covering something above. Zhao Yu also fell down with it. Everyone looked down below. Zhao Yu was hugging the culprit, grinning. "Quick, take a picture for this old man!" Through Zhao Yu's efforts, the hand-chopping case was finally successfully concluded. But Miao Ying was very curious. "Senior brother, how did you know Li Dan was hiding in the grave?" Zhao Yu, hearing this, was very embarrassed. "I can't tell you. I attached an invisible tracking device to Li Dan's butt before I passed out. Can I—" He could only talk nonsense. Because last time Li Dan hid on the rooftop for so long to chop the hand, this time she could also be hiding nearby. Miao Ying, being perceptive, asked, "How did you know specifically which grave you found the right spot as soon as you arrived?" Just when Zhao Yu didn't know how to answer, Miao Ying said, "I think you weren't unconscious at all, but you saw her hide in there with your own eyes, right?" Zhao Yu conveniently went along with Miao Ying's words, praising her. "You're really good. You even guessed this." The system also displayed this time, "This miracle encounter has been completed. Completion rate 95%. Received invisible lie detector X5. Zhao Yu thought, "Such a high completion rate. This time I was lucky to have the tracking device prop to solve the case. In the future, the invisible lie detector will definitely be very useful." Time shifted to the next morning. Zhao Yu looked at the notification displayed by the system. As the scene shifted to the interrogation room, it turned out that this morning's notification referred to the culprit wanting to see him. When the culprit met Zhao Yu, she kept asking, "Who was it? Who exactly placed the razor blade on the piano that year?" Zhao Yu, hearing this, was also a bit curious. "You don't know who placed it yet. You've already chopped off 3 people's hands." The culprit was very angry. "They took up my practice time. Everyone who made it to the finals bears responsibility. It must be one of those 3. Only if they admit to harming me will you be able to find me." Zhao Yu helplessly explained, "Do you think we have no other way to find you besides the victim confessing? You're too confident. Those 3 never mentioned harming you. I found out you all participated in the same competition and then found your home." The culprit, hearing this, was extremely puzzled. "Impossible. Even if you investigated me, you couldn't possibly know my home address. Your mother registered her information when she was hospitalized." The culprit was still very skeptical. "Even so, I didn't mark the specific grave where I was hiding in the files." Zhao Yu then remembered the image of him placing the tracking device on her butt and hurriedly explained, "Your tranquilizer dart expired." "I can't tell you I stuck an invisible tracking device on your butt, can I?" The culprit was completely unconvinced but helpless, because after all, Zhao Yu had hacked the game. So the culprit felt a slight regret. "My father pinned all his hopes on me, but I couldn't do anything. My father died, and my mother got cancer. I've lost everything." "Then let me ask you this. Li Dan, before you sought revenge, did you think about your mother? Without you, how will she live? Who will take care of her? I'll give you a sentence. People's hearts cannot lose balance. Hatred cannot cross the line." Walking out of the interrogation room, Zhao Yu felt very uncomfortable. Uncomfortable because he couldn't find the bastard who harmed Li Dan that year. Uncomfortable because he couldn't help Li Dan investigate the root cause. Later, Zhao Yu went to the office and found a group of people wanting to beat him up. But unexpectedly, Zhao Yu directly threw them out. A colleague explained to Zhao Yu, "These are representatives of the vendors in the alley whose goods were damaged when you rode the camel. They're here to demand compensation from you." And Zhao Yu looked at these people and thought, what kind of vendors are these? They're clearly a gang of hooligans specializing in extortion. This old man has met many of their kind. After thinking, Zhao Yu grabbed the blondie leader's ear. "Let me teach you something. Take a look. Has anyone lost a hand or a pound? How much can you extort? If you want to extort, you have to create public opinion first. You guys didn't even call a single reporter and you're making such a fuss. If I raise my hand, I can send you all to jail, you know." Suddenly, at this moment, Xiao Luolu arrived with a group of bodyguards and said, "Officer Zhao, this is 100,000 yuan. You must accept it. Luckily, I have you. Tonight, let me treat you to a meal." Zhao Yu glanced over and then confirmed, "No need for the meal. And we have very strict regulations, so I'll have to trouble Miss Xiao to write a certificate of voluntary donation for this amount. Otherwise, I'll be disciplined later." Xiao Luolu was very satisfied and agreed. "This is my business card. If you need any help in the future, just find me." And so Xiao Luolu left. Zhao Yu directly took out a wad of money and slapped it on the blondie leader's face. "Divide this money among those vendors. Don't you dare let me find out you pocketed it." The hooligans were now scared stiff. "Brother Zhao, we wouldn't dare. We will definitely supervise them and ensure the money reaches the vendors. We'll be going now, won't disturb Brother Zhao's work." After that, Zhao Yu said to everyone, "Tonight let's have a big feast. Hotel is on me." Just as his colleagues were cheering, Zhao Yu looked at the analysis board with the ranking list from that year's competition, lost in thought. A little later in a cafe, Zhao Yu said to Xiao Luolu, "These are the final scores from that year's competition. Your scores were very close, meaning only the 4 of you could benefit from Li Dan's withdrawal. If the 3 whose hands were chopped off understood the truth back then, Li Dan would have been caught long ago. She wouldn't have targeted you at all." Xiao Luolu was very confused. "You're not suspecting that I harmed Li Dan to that extent, are you? Li Dan wanted to chop off my hand. I'm the victim here." Zhao Yu's face darkened. "Miss Xiao Luolu, how did you harm Li Dan just now? When I mentioned Li Dan, you showed no surprise at all. Because you already knew the name of the person who wanted to harm you. You also knew what had happened to Li Dan before." Xiao Luolu feigned innocence. "Even if I participated in that piano competition twice, what does that prove? I've checked your files. Your father even forged your academic records and household registration for your competition. You participated in the 9th competition, but didn't make it to the finals. The 10th competition that year was your last chance. Among the 4 of you only, you had the most all-or-nothing motive. Where's the evidence then? You're a police officer. Without evidence, you can't just slander people like that." But Zhao Yu continued, "You probably know better than I do. Without that razor blade, Li Dan's life might have been like yours now. But now Li Dan's father died from indignation. Li Dan's mother has cancer, and Li Dan herself will be prosecuted for intentional injury, possibly even losing her life." Hearing this, Xiao Luolu felt extremely aggrieved. "That's enough. Do you know how I've lived these past few years? This incident was a lifelong trauma for her, and for me, it's a shadow that can never be erased." Xiao Luolu finally couldn't hold back and told the story of that year. "This matter is indeed related to me. 18 years ago, before the competition day, I finished practicing at 3 p.m. according to the organizer's rules, and returned to the hotel. In the evening, Dad said he had forgotten something at the auditorium, and wanted to go back to get it. I originally intended to go with him, but unexpectedly, Dad snapped at me. 'Just stay obediently in the room, and don't go anywhere.' Dad rarely spoke to me so sternly. That day, I waited until 11 p.m. for Dad to return. After he came back, he kept saying, 'Try hard, tomorrow you must try hard in the competition.' Until the award ceremony, I was so nervous that I ran to the restroom and saw Li Dan's mother arguing with someone from the organizing committee. 'I beg you, my daughter can't be ruined like this by a razor blade. What will happen to her life? She's a piano prodigy.' Only then did I know that she had suddenly withdrawn because her finger was cut by a razor blade while practicing piano. The incident happened on the evening my father returned late. On the awards stage, I truly couldn't smile at all. I hoped that Li Dan's incident had nothing to do with my father. But on the day we were packing to go home, I found a whole box of razor blades in my father's bag. I had a huge fight with my father on the spot. In the end, he admitted it. At that time, Dad kept begging me. My parents divorced early, and Dad raised me all by himself since I was little. He gave everything for me, sometimes working 3 jobs a day, not even resting at night. I didn't want him to go to jail. Perhaps it was karma. Later, my father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and passed away. He could never forgive himself for what happened to Li Dan. After the competition, I never touched the piano again. Whenever I see a piano, my mind is filled with Li Dan and her bloody hand. Don't worry, Officer Zhao. I will hire the best legal team to help Li Dan. I will also find someone to take care of her mother. I understand that between me and Li Dan, it's not a matter of money. I don't expect her to forgive me. I just hope things don't get worse." Seeing this, Zhao Yu didn't pursue it further. A little later, Zhao Yu was happily drinking and singing with his colleagues at a KTV. Afterwards, Wang Fei drove Zhao Yu home. On the way, Wang Fei kept asking about Zhao Yu's state. Zhao Yu honestly replied, I haven't laid a hand on you yet, so I'm probably not drunk. Oh, so straightforward. But actually, we're not going the same way. Hearing this, Zhao Yu thought, not going the same way, yet she's taking me home. Could she be interested in me? But Wang Fei immediately saw through his thoughts. Don't get any ideas. Let me tell you, a dead body was just fished out of the Guishan Reservoir today. Because of your party, I had to leave after doing half the autopsy. I have to go back and finish it later. Zhao Yu, hearing this, was very embarrassed. Doing half an autopsy and still eating with such a good appetite. Truly professional. Wang Fei continued. My hands have touched countless dead bodies. You still want to lay a hand on me? Zhao Yu chuckled and asked, What are you talking about? It's not like they died because you touched them. Besides, you're so beautiful, I'd be willing to die if you touched me. Wang Fei, hearing this, felt a slight flutter in her heart, then broke into an amused smile. A little later, they arrived at his destination. Zhao Yu got out of the car and confirmed, There's no one at my place. Wang Fei looked at Zhao Yu, smiled faintly, then directly stepped on the gas and sped off without looking back. Zhao Yu watched the car drive away, feeling a bit helpless, because earlier Wang Fei had replied with an extremely stimulating sentence. Wait until next time when I bring my scalpel, then we'll talk. Zhao Yu dejectedly walked home only to find Zhang Xiaoqin still waiting for him at his door. Dad Tang Zhao Yu, it's really hard to get a date with you. You play pretty well, huh? Zhao Yu hurriedly explained, What are you talking about? I was really solving a case. Zhang Xiaoqin didn't care about these things. Tears welling up in her eyes. She said, Did you forget that you ruined my parent-teacher conference? I just want to earn some money to help reduce my family's pressure. Why is it so difficult? If my affairs are exposed, how can I still go to school? Zhao Yu looked at Zhang Xiaoqin's pitiful expression and wondered, What happened? Can't I help you solve it? Zhang Xiaoqin, hearing this, immediately changed her expression. The next day, Zhang Xiaoqin took Zhao Yu to visit her teacher. The high school entrance exam is coming up soon. Parents must do a good job ensuring their children's success. Xiaoqin is a good seedling that our school is focusing on cultivating. Zhao Yu was speechless. This damn brat. Why don't you become an actress? You change faces faster than flipping a mixed rice paper salad. At this moment, Zhao Yu was exchanging glances with Zhang Xiaoqin. Your dad won't suddenly come back, will he? Zhang Xiaoqin also replied with her eyes. Don't worry, I've installed a GPS tracker on his phone. He's still at the hospital right now. Zhao Yu was still thinking about Wang Fei. I wonder if she's finished dissecting that corpse yet. I wonder if she's in the office right now. A little later, Zhao Yu arrived at the office. Hey, is there a new case? Let me investigate Wang Fei's case. Do you have time tonight? Let's talk about the case. Before Wang Fei could open her mouth, a colleague next to her handed him a file. You're not free tonight. Don't worry about the case. Ku Ping's group is also investigating this. The team has also issued you a new phone. Throw away that crappy phone of yours quickly. This afternoon, pack your things and report to this place. And so, Zhao Yu, looking bewildered, arrived at the training location. Zhao Yu looked boredly at the system. Lately, the props the system has been giving are so strange. Does it even know what binoculars are, what an item composition analyzer is, a signal jammer, X3, an air quality tester? Sometimes even a sneeze can summon the system. Just as Zhao Yu was feeling bored, a woman walked over. Everyone around called her Ying Jie. Zhao Yu, watching her drink water, felt a stir of excitement and directly asked a colleague, Brother, who is that girl? The colleague hurriedly replied, She's probably a beautiful female special agent, and the lucky male special agent with big prospects could very well be me. But before the colleague could finish speaking, Zhao Yu had already rushed in front of Miao Ying with extreme speed to greet her. Hello, beautiful new girl. You probably haven't seen the takedown move. The instructor just demonstrated, right? How about I teach you? The people nearby were watching the show. What is Brother Zhao doing? Just hitting on a girl. Is he crazy? Messing with her is courting death. That's Miao Renfeng. She's a two-time martial arts tournament champion, a master of unarmed combat. She's the nightmare of all us male police officers. Criminals caught by her are never intact. They're basically beaten disabled. Facing Zhao Yu's invitation, Miao Ying agreed without hesitation. Then the two stepped onto the martial arts platform. Zhao Yu at this moment was also extremely confident and said, I'll teach you how to lock the opponent's arm first. Now you just throw a punch. Miao Ying said nothing and casually threw a punch. Zhao Yu easily blocked it and directly pressed her arm backward. Just like that, Miao Ying's arm was locked behind her. Zhao Yu confidently instructed, It's that simple. The important thing is to twist the wrist decisively. Miao Ying, hearing this, also felt a bit excited. But I have a way to break this move. Just as Zhao Yu was wondering, Miao Ying from below clenched her left fist and quickly swung it at Zhao Yu's face. Zhao Yu took a punch, and before he could react, Miao Ying had spun around and kicked. Zhao Yu reacted extremely quickly immediately, using both hands to block the damage his whole body directly knocked back against the fence. Zhao Yu came to his senses and looked. Damn, I was wondering why this girl had no one around her. Turns out she's too good at fighting. They're afraid of getting involved, so they don't dare come near. Miao Ying then said, Oh, sorry, I hit a bit too hard, so don't be angry. How about you teach me a throat lock? Zhao Yu laughed and replied, Actually, I also have a way to break that arm lock from earlier. Miao Ying, seeing Zhao Yu still hadn't given up, said, Then bring it on. Let's see if I can break your arm. Suddenly, Zhao Yu grabbed with one hand. Miao Ying was startled. Zhao Yu took the opportunity to lock both of Miao Ying's arms behind her. This posture made Miao Ying unable to struggle. She shouted loudly in embarrassment, "Let go of my hands, quick!" Zhao Yu didn't let go and even teased, "Oh, my hand got sprained when you kicked me just now. I can't move it anymore. Call me Brother Zhao and I'll teach you a few more moves." But Miao Ying was not convinced and directly headbutted Zhao Yu's nose. Zhao Yu was forced to take a few steps back. Miao Ying took the opportunity to swing her leg down for a kick, but unexpectedly Zhao Yu caught it with one hand and taunted, "Not bad footwork, but still too weak." Miao Ying got angry again. A reverse lock directly pinned Zhao Yu to the ground. Seeing this, Zhao Yu bit Miao Ying's butt. Miao Ying cried out in embarrassment, then punched Zhao Yu. Suddenly a leader walked over and said, "Are you too crazy? Get up quick! I've never seen two weirdos like you in 8 lifetimes!" Miao Ying said venomously, "Don't let me see you again. If I see you once, I'll beat you once." Zhao Yu replied without showing weakness, "As if I'm afraid of a spitfire like you." And so under the supervision of the leader, the battle ended. The scene shifted to a hospital. At this time the deputy bureau chief said, "Stop joking. He's just a newcomer. Moreover, he's always flippant like a rogue. Are you sure you want him to be your successor?" But the captain expressed, "His drive and ruthlessness surpass even criminals. His future cannot be underestimated. I've made arrangements for him. First, let's polish his temperament and this hot temper of his." After the training ended, Zhao Yu immediately received a case. Arriving at the crime scene, he was curious. "Is this the victim's house?" Miao Ying asked, very confused. "Senior brother, you just returned from training and were assigned by the higher-ups to the cold case unit, yet you didn't object at all." But Zhao Yu didn't think it was a big deal. "What difference does it make which team I'm in? It's all about solving cases." Miao Ying was very anxious at this point. "Do you know how difficult these old tough cases are?" But Zhao Yu smiled confidently and said, "The reason this case hasn't been solved for 10 years is because I wasn't here. Wait until I solve the case and I'll treat you to a good meal." As Zhao Yu opened the door and looked around, information about the case also appeared in his mind. 10 years ago at 8:00 p.m., a thunderstorm suddenly broke out. The victim Wu Jigen was drunk and lying on the sofa in his home. Around the time of the incident, a vague figure had appeared at the crossroads in the residential area. But because the residential area had no cameras, there was currently very little information about the culprit. The victim had been hacked from the front with 40 slashes and died. No fingerprints or footprints were left at the scene. The door lock also showed no signs of being pried open. Either the deceased opened the door himself or the culprit had a key to his house. The culprit used the victim's blood to write, "Repay debts with money." If it was for revenge, they wouldn't mention debts. If it was to collect a debt, there was no need to slash 40 times, making the scene so bloody, and then write such redundant words. What was the culprit's motive? Just as Zhao Yu was thinking, a phone call came in. The caller was Tao Jia. "Are you busy? I want to treat you to a meal." After that, Zhao Yu, shameless as ever, went to the restaurant. At this time, Tao Jia also spoke up. "I've wanted to treat you for a long time. Last time it was thanks to you that my bag wasn't snatched. Moreover, that bag was mainly a gift from my boyfriend." Zhao Yu, hearing this, felt extremely uncomfortable. "She has a boyfriend?" Then Tao Jia hesitated. Zhao Yu directly asked, "If you want to say something, just say it. As long as I can help, I definitely will." Tao Jia, hearing this, immediately replied, "Can you investigate my boyfriend? Lately, he keeps borrowing money from me. I'm worried he's gotten involved in something." After that, Zhao Yu called someone and relayed the whole story to the person on the other end. Zhang Jingfeng on the other end also asked, "Her boyfriend's name is Zhang Jie, right? I'll report back to you as soon as I find anything." And Zhao Yu also pretended to be friendly. "Then I'll treat you to billiards next time." But the other party fearfully said, "Forget it, brother. How about you treat me to a meal instead? I don't want to be a billiard ball knocked around the floor by you." After hanging up, Zhao Yu looked at the woman in front of him. This person was named Lin Maifeng, once the wife of the victim Wu Jigen, and also the biggest suspect in this case. She had endured long-term domestic violence from the deceased and had even miscarried after being beaten. The deceased had also threatened her entire family and broken her father's leg. At that time, Lin Maifeng was at the hospital taking care of her cousin who had just given birth, providing her with a perfect alibi. The day after the body was discovered, she was so scared she collapsed, and a neighbor helped her call the police. Afterwards, she attempted suicide multiple times and was even hospitalized for depression. It was a hard struggle for her to escape the devil's clutches. After that, she lived very happily with her daughter, if she really was the culprit. Just as Zhao Yu was thinking, the information came through from the other side. "Brother Zhao, the person you're looking for has been found. Zhang Jie is making counterfeit goods in his workshop. Today he's going to the wholesale market to ship them out. I'll send you the warehouse location and GPS." After that, Zhao Yu went to the wholesale market. Suddenly a girl behind him was chasing a man. Zhao Yu knew at a glance it was a robbery, and that girl was also Miao Ying. Zhao Yu immediately stuck out his leg and directly tripped the robber. Just as Zhao Yu picked up the wallet to check, Miao Ying pushed Zhao Yu aside, stood up and launched a jump kick towards the criminal. Zhao Yu cursed inwardly. "Damn it, is she using this opportunity to hit me?" Then Zhao Yu also pushed Miao Ying aside and punched the criminal. "You get out of the way. Try running again." At this moment, Miao Ying was very angry. "How dare you fight back?" Then Zhao Yu and Miao Ying once again fought fiercely, exchanging punches and kicks until other police officers arrived and pulled them apart. Zhao Yu said, extremely annoyed, I helped you stop the guy, and you repay kindness with ingratitude. Miao Ying retorted. How do I know if you and he are in cahoots or not? Zhao Yu said venomously. You'd better not let me see you again. If I do, I'll beat you every time I see you. As if I'm afraid of your big ego. And so, with everyone intervening, the two left. Zhao Yu looked at his phone and cursed inwardly. Damn it, it's getting further and further away. This old woman made me unable to do my proper business. Her actions are truly despicable. Luckily, I got something out of it. He then took out the wallet he had just picked up and looked. What on earth did this person do? Why was he caught? And why is there a picture of Lin Maifeng in his wallet? Could he be secretly in love with Lin Maifeng? A little later, Zhao Yu returned to the sub-bureau. Zhang Jingfeng now had information this person was named Liu Pengfei, 41 years old, a wholesale clothing seller. The cards in his wallet added up to over 1 million yuan. Under his name, there were also 3 houses and 2 cars. So what's his relationship with Lin Maifeng? Zhang Jingfeng quickly replied that he had no relationship with Lin Maifeng at all, but was from the same hometown as the victim Wu Shigen. But this is an old case unsolved for 10 years. You just happened to pick up a wallet and find a clue. Your luck is truly heaven-defying. Zhao Yu looked at the system. This miracle encounter has been completed. Completion rate 80%. Received invisible listening device. This clue must be because of the miracle system. But this photo looks like it was taken secretly. I have to ask Liu Pengfei. He probably knows Lin Maifeng. Keeping a woman's photo in his wallet, could he be secretly in love with her? A colleague spoke up. This guy is a regular at the bureau. Last time it was for fighting and causing trouble. This time it's for intentional serious injury. He's being investigated by the R sub-bureau, so this Liu Pengfei definitely needs to be interrogated. But right now he's detained at the R sub-bureau. Miao Ying, hearing this, also wondered, does anyone here know people from the R sub-bureau? Zhao Yu on this side felt helpless. I have to go see her again. After that, Zhao Yu, looking obedient, went to the R sub-bureau. Miao Ying, seeing him arrive, was also a bit annoyed. You've got some nerve. Are you here to cause trouble today? Zhao Yu immediately got close to Miao Ying, looking friendly. Captain Miao, if you say that I sound like a hooligan, this time it's official business. Please accommodate me a little. But Miao Ying glanced over and then confirmed, just like this you want to interrogate Liu Pengfei. That's not enough. Let's talk when you have the official cooperation documents. But by the time you get official documents, it will take a whole month. Everything will be delayed. I'll make it up to you next time. That bite I gave you last time, you're not still angry about it, are you? Miao Ying, hearing this, flared up again. Anyone can be interrogated today except you. Zhao Yu, get lost. Go back where you came from. Zhao Yu, looking at the furious Miao Ying, smiled wickedly. At this moment, Captain Miao was blocking the door. Others, seeing this, started gossiping. Where did this brat come from? How dare he come to our R sub-bureau and cause trouble? He even dares to provoke Captain Miao. Just wait and get beaten. Zhao Yu then said, Are you really not letting me interrogate him? Believe it or not, in a moment I can make you all cut off from the world. This old man has superpowers. I can jam the signal of the entire building. Your computers and phones won't be able to connect. As soon as these words were spoken, everyone burst out laughing. What superpowers? Signal jamming. Has his brain been kicked by a donkey? Captain Miao smiled and said, If you can make this building lose its signal, I'll really let you in. Then you have to keep your word. I'm about to chant a spell and unleash my power. Captain Miao quickly ordered, Quick turn on the signal detector for me. Then Zhao Yu shouted loudly, Captain Miao is a big idiot. Captain Miao is a big idiot. Captain Miao, hearing this, her anger value kept rising. Just as Captain Miao was about to explode, a colleague next to her shouted, The signal is really gone. Captain, the 3rd floor has lost its signal too. Captain, downstairs has lost its signal too. Captain, the detector has no signal either. Captain. A series of reports made Captain Miao confused as well. Zhao Yu then said, So can I go in, Captain Big Miao Zhong? A little later, Zhao Yu swaggered into the interrogation room. Before he could even strike a pose, he was pushed in by Captain Miao. Don't block the door. Captain Miao kept thinking, What on earth is wrong with this bastard? Why does the signal really go out when he says it will? Zhao Yu, however, was secretly pleased. Luckily, I used the signal jammer to scare them just now. Now let me try this lie detector. Thinking this, Zhao Yu spoke up again. Later, whatever question I ask you, you just need to answer yes or no. Then Zhao Yu began a series of test questions. Are you a man? Yes. Is your name Liu Pengfei? Yes. It seems this lie detector is indeed very stable. Green light means telling the truth. Red light means lying. Then Zhao Yu continued to ask, Are you a woman? No. Do you like to eat rice cakes? No. Your parents are divorced, right? No. Did you kill Wu Jigen? This sudden crucial question directly startled the suspect. The suspect hurriedly shouted, No. At this moment, the red light lit up. At this point, Zhao Yu, based on the lie detector, found that the suspect was lying and shouted loudly, Do you know his wife, Lin Mifeng? Captain Miao immediately advised Zhao Yu to calm down. You should let go of his hand first. But the suspect became more and more panicked. No, no, no. Captain Miao also found it strange. Did he kill someone? Why is the suspect so panicked after just a few questions? What on earth is wrong with this Zhao Yu guy? A little later, Zhao Yu kept thinking, the culprit is this guy. Now that there's no evidence, I have to think of a way to make him confess. Then Zhao Yu looked at Captain Miao. Let me discuss this with you. He had originally thought Captain Meow would refuse on the spot, but unexpectedly her attitude suddenly became friendly. Then Captain Meow handed a piece of paper to the culprit and said, "These are the words the culprit left at the scene of the massacre in the residential area that year. The degree of similarity between your handwriting and the writing in the record is 91%. The figure photographed at the crossroads in the residential area matches your height and build. Perhaps you were fully prepared and there were no fingerprints or footprints at the scene, but this is the only hair that doesn't belong to the deceased and matches your DNA." The culprit, though very tense after hearing this, refused to confess even to death. "Impossible! You're talking nonsense. I want to find a lawyer." Captain Meow exchanged a look. "It's not working. He's not falling for it. Maybe we should just give up." Zhao Yu slowly stepped forward and demanded, "Look carefully. Besides physical evidence, we also have a witness." The culprit looked at the photo in Zhao Yu's hand and was stunned. "She told you everything." As soon as these words were spoken, Zhao Yu and Miao Ying immediately found a breakthrough. Zhao Yu immediately followed up, "Do I still need to ask you?" But Captain Meow looked at Zhao Yu, thinking about the files on Zhao Yu she had read before. He had successfully solved 2 major cases, received city-level commendations, yet was transferred to the most difficult cold case unit. Is it because of this bad temper? 15 minutes earlier, Zhao Yu had been certain he was the culprit. "Next, we have to put on a show, use fake evidence to pressure him a bit, but we have to let him confess himself." It seemed this Zhao Yu was really very persistent. When Captain Meow came back to her senses, she heard the suspect honestly confess, "Wu Jigen was indeed killed by me." Zhao Yu and Miao Ying hearing this were overjoyed. At this point, the suspect began to recount the whole story. "Lin Mifeng and I signed an agreement to exchange murders." Zhao Yu hearing this, his pupils immediately dilated. "Lin Mifeng also killed someone." The suspect continued, "Wu Jigen and I went to the same high school. At that time, I liked a girl named Xiao Qing. Because he failed to pursue Xiao Qing, he spread rumors that Xiao Qing slept with him, and spread this everywhere. In that backward rural place, it was said that Wu Jigen had done that with Xiao Qing. In the end, Xiao Qing was forced to drop out of school and ran to another city to work. It's said that later she was forced into prostitution. In my heart, that Wu Jigen deserved to die long ago." Captain Meow hearing this wondered, "So you had Lin Mifeng come to your house and kill Jian Wenli, your wife?" Zhao Yu was once again astonished. "This bastard even killed his wife. No wonder Miao Ying treated me so well and even agreed to help me. Turns out she wanted me to test the waters for her. This woman is truly as deep as a dog's balls." Captain Meow continued to ask, "So why did you want to kill Jian Wenli?" "That woman, I've wanted to kill her for a long time. She never respected me. My job and the house I live in were all given by her father, and I was just a servant who only knew how to work hard for her family. Later, I watched a movie about exchanging murders and approached Lin Mifeng. She had endured violence from Wu Jigen all year round and must have hated him very much. Cooperating with her could not only avenge Xiao Qing from that year, but also kill my wife. But she didn't agree. This matter was shelved for a while. As a result, that bastard Wu Jigen beat her until she miscarried. Lin Mifeng then changed her mind. We signed a contract and even recorded it. On the day she killed my wife, I would be at the workshop. On the day I killed her husband, she would go to take care of her cousin who was giving birth. Conveniently, we both had alibis. Anyway, I've lived enough these past 10 years. Saying it out loud is really much more comfortable." With the suspect's confession, the case was subsequently solved. Zhao Yu once again invited his colleagues to celebrate together. "This is so refreshing. This is the major case that has troubled the Bureau for 10 years. Are you Sherlock Holmes reincarnated? I thought this kind of exchange murder case only existed on TV." Zhao Yu, while drinking beer, thought about a few hours ago. At that time, he was pressing Miao Ying against the wall, his mouth constantly whispering, "Happy cooperation." Miao Ying, however, was shyly stammering, "I will report these 2 cases to the higher-ups at the same time, and will also confirm that they were jointly investigated and solved by our 2 sub-bureaus. If there are any developments, I will inform you immediately. First, I will go apply for an arrest warrant for Lin Mifeng." Suddenly, Captain Meow saw Zhao Yu's silent expression and asked, "What's wrong?" Zhao Yu smiled and replied, "I just thought the culprit wasn't her." Captain Meow also added that it wasn't confirmed yet. "Wait until we bring her back to the Bureau, then we'll talk." Returning to the present, Zhao Yu was drinking beer and thinking, this woman is not only beautiful and intelligent, but her hands are also soft and her skin is very smooth. As the phone rang, Zhao Yu saw at a glance that it was Captain Meow calling. As soon as he answered, Miao Ying shouted, "Zhao Yu, come here quickly!" After more than 20 minutes in the car, Zhao Yu finally arrived at the R sub-bureau. Panting heavily, he demanded, "Quick, tell me what happened." Captain Meow honestly recounted, "We just interrogated Lin Mifeng. She said she stabbed Jian Wenli to death with a knife, stabbing her twice in the neck. But Jian Wenli's autopsy report states that she died of suffocation." At this moment, Zhao Yu was trying his best to concentrate, constantly covering his mouth. "I told the driver to drive too fast just now, and now I want to puke." Captain Meow continued, "There are knife wounds on the deceased's body, but they are very shallow. I feel that Lin Mifeng has confessed. There's absolutely no need for her to lie. Therefore, the person who killed Jian Wenli might not be Lin Mifeng. Look, there are many messy footprints at the scene, but Lin Mifeng said she wore shoe covers. Moreover, to disguise it as a robbery, she took property from the west bedroom. But when the scene was examined, property from the east bedroom was also looted. Therefore, on the day Jian Wenli was killed, there was a third person at the scene. It's possible this person strangled Jian Wenli first, and then Lin Maifeng came and stabbed her with a knife. Or Lin Maifeng mistakenly thought she had killed Jian Wenli. Hey! At this moment, Zhao Yu couldn't hold it in any longer and directly spewed a mouthful of rainbow onto Captain Meow. And so, Zhao Yu, with several large bone marks and with Captain Meow having changed her clothes, once again went to the interrogation room. These questions are very important to you. You just need to answer yes or no. Did you kill Jian Wenli? Yes. Zhao Yu looked at the lie detector. It clearly indicated she was lying. Why doesn't she look like she's lying? Does she really think she stabbed Jian Wenli to death? Or is she deliberately hiding and protecting the real culprit? Zhao Yu continued to ask, do you know who the culprit who killed Jian Wenli is? Lin Maifeng was very bewildered. Isn't it me? Zhao Yu expressed. You just need to answer yes or no. Lin Maifeng's answer once again showed a red light. Zhao Yu was certain she wasn't lying. She simply didn't know who the real culprit was. When you stabbed Jian Wenli, was she already dead? Lin Maifeng stammered. I don't know. I was very scared at that time and just stabbed the quilt a few times. She didn't move at all. The suspicion in Zhao Yu's heart was once again confirmed. Indeed, Lin Maifeng simply thought she had killed Jian Wenli. That's great. The real culprit is basically not her. A little later, Captain Meow also spoke up to confirm. Lin Maifeng has confessed. Logically speaking, this case can be closed. Zhao Yu immediately expressed, you saw it just now. When she stabbed with the knife, she basically didn't know if Jian Wenli was alive or dead. Captain Meow said seriously, as a senior, I want to remind you, if we close the case now, we can receive countless benefits, bonuses, and commendations. If we don't close the case, we will face the fact that the work is incomplete. All our hard work will be in vain and the culprit will escape. It's been 10 years. Once we start investigating Jian Wenli's family, they will definitely not let the police off. At that time, it will stir up public opinion and put pressure on our police team. If we find the real culprit, it's one thing. If we can't find them, it will cause a big problem. You yourself are in the cold case unit. You should know very well how difficult these old tough cases are. I've said everything I need to say. I want to hear your opinion. Should this case be closed or not? Zhao Yu, hearing this, smiled. If you could have given up, you wouldn't be here talking to me about these things, let alone calling me here in the middle of the night. Captain Meow, hearing this, also smiled. I really regret calling you here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been puked on by you like that, stinking to high heaven. Zhao Yu didn't think it was a big deal. Then your highness, please be magnanimous and forgive this lowly one. Let's go catch that culprit together. After that, Zhao Yu returned to his sub-bureau and recounted everything to everyone. Suddenly, Zhao Yu saw a large group of police officers outside, hurriedly getting into cars, and wondered, where is such a large group of people going? Miao Ying also recounted what happened on this side. The culprit in the Mount Guishan case turned out to be an amateur parkour athlete. Before arresting him, the police only cuffed one of his hands. Thanks to that, he had a chance to escape. And just now, a citizen reported seeing a man with one hand cuffed looking very much like Yang Wen Tao from the wanted poster near the Guishan Reservoir 2 days ago. So now everyone is going to catch him. Zhao Yu thought. He hid the dead body in the reservoir, yet he still dares to stay around the reservoir. Zhang Jingfeng further explained. There are many villages near the reservoir, so this kind of searching for one person everywhere is very busy. Zhao Yu, hearing this, became interested. Then I'll go too. His colleagues behind him, hearing this, anxiously called out to Zhao Yu. Bureau Chief Luan wants to see you. You stinking brat, all you think about are cases. Don't you want a promotion? Zhao Yu didn't care. Catching criminals is more urgent. The leader will understand. 3 days later, Zhao Yu and Miao Ying arrived at the Guishan Reservoir. Miao Ying, seeing this, called out, Senior brother, the citizens said Yang Wen Tao fled towards the West Lake. What are we doing going east? Zhao Yu explained, going west doesn't mean he went west. Perhaps he went from east to west and then came back. These few days everyone has been searching north and south without any movement. Suddenly, Zhao Yu noticed that the person in the distance seemed to be Miao Ying's subordinate. After she greeted him, Zhao Yu directly stopped her and asked, Who are you talking to? This made the girl a little startled, breaking into a sweat. But she still had to calmly reply. He was the detective in charge of the Jian Wenli case back then. He retired a few years ago and is currently living here. Zhao Yu looked a bit suspicious. These few days I've been so busy I'm at my wit's end, no time to pay attention. Miao Ying said to add her on chat to share case progress, but so far not even a chicken feather has been sent. Thinking this, he spoke up and asked, How is the case progressing? As soon as he finished speaking, he snatched the recording pen from the girl's hand. Is this a recording of the conversation between the two of you just now? The girl then remembered the previous scene. The captain had said that these materials didn't need to be sent to Zhao Yu. We said we'd investigate the Jian Wenli case together, but now he's run off to Guishan Reservoir to catch someone. Since he doesn't care, we don't need to provide evidence either. Thinking this, the girl said, Regarding the progress of the case, please excuse me, I cannot report. Zhao Yu was very confused. This case is being handled jointly by our two sub-bureaus. Why are you still hiding things? The girl completely ignored him. If you have any opinions, go find our captain. Zhao Yu, hearing this, immediately shouted angrily, No one can refuse what I want. Just as the atmosphere became tense, Miao Ying suddenly stepped forward and called, Senior brother. As soon as Zhao Yu turned his head, the girl immediately got into her car and drove away. Zhao Yu, watching the car drive away, wasn't flustered because after all, the recorder was already in his hands, so everything was under control. After that, Zhao Yu also played the recording. He's at least 8 meters tall, his right leg is disabled. Moreover, there was mud on Jian Wenli's body. It's possible the culprit pressed her against the wall and strangled her to death. Immediately after, Miao Ying called and shouted at Zhao Yu, "Return the recorder to us immediately." But Zhao Yu calmly replied, "What recorder? I don't understand what you're talking about." Miao Ying, hearing this, got angry. "Don't pretend. Let me tell you, Lin Mei Feng's stationery store was smashed and Liu Pingfei's warehouse was also burned down. Jian Wenli's family is making a fuss, demanding the police quickly catch the real culprit. If you have the ability, then hurry back and solve the case." Zhao Yu, hearing this, knew something was wrong and stopped joking. He said to Miao Ying, "Send me the documents first. After I solve the case here, I'll immediately return to investigate." After that, Zhao Yu also returned the recorder. The arrogant blonde girl called out, "Officer Zhao, there are many cliffs here. If you're not familiar with the terrain, drive carefully. If you roll off a cliff, it'll be hard to even collect your corpse." Zhao Yu paid no attention, thinking and muttering, "Not familiar with the terrain." Suddenly an idea struck him. He quickly asked Miao Ying, "What does Yang Wentao do for a living?" Miao Ying, when asked, honestly replied, "He's a department staff member at the Bureau of Science and Technology. What's wrong?" "Well, department staff can participate in project field surveys, so perhaps he's been here before." Miao Ying also found it reasonable. No wonder he's hiding near the reservoir. He's most familiar with the terrain here. Zhao Yu asked further, "Has he worked on any projects near the Guishan Reservoir before?" Suddenly Miao Ying exclaimed, "Yes, the silver mine exploration project outside the town. He worked on it for 3 years. He must have been here countless times. Isn't Y-Town down there? Senior brother, you really guessed it right." After that, the two prepared to go to Y-Town. As night fell, Zhao Yu told his little sister to sleep first while he sat in front of a convenience store thinking. He works in silver mine exploration. Could he be hiding in a mine shaft? But there are so many mine shafts here. Suddenly a small dog stumbled over. Zhao Yu, seeing the dog's pitiful eyes, gave it a chicken leg. Then he continued to think. If he's hiding in a mine shaft, what does he eat? Maybe he hides during the day and runs to town at night to find food. If only you were a police dog. See if you recognize this culprit. Help me find him. Zhao Yu also felt he was about to go crazy. Unexpectedly, after looking at the photo, the dog barked twice and then turned and ran off. Is this real or fake? Does this dog really know how to find people? So Zhao Yu followed the dog for a distance to a deserted place. Zhao Yu saw a pile of feces. Just as Zhao Yu thought he had run in vain, he heard a phone ringing nearby. Zhao Yu turned on his light to look. Seeing the figure, he recalled the Guishan Reservoir corpse case, which mentioned the culprit was an amateur parkour athlete. Last time he was caught, he was half-cuffed when he escaped. Thinking this, Zhao Yu shouted, "It's you can't escape, son." After that, Zhao Yu kept shining his light and chasing, but the light was too dim. Moreover, he was a parkour athlete, familiar with the terrain here. "It's so dark I can't see anything. I definitely can't catch up." Suddenly, Zhao Yu had an idea, a smile playing on his lips. "System props, if not used now, then when? Let me see where you are." With the help of invisible night vision goggles and invisible binoculars, he immediately locked onto the criminal. Then Zhao Yu sped up the chase, but the opponent ran too fast, and the caves were complex. Even with the props, he couldn't find the person anymore. Just when Zhao Yu was at a dead end, the dog suddenly appeared and ran forward. Zhao Yu, seeing this, smiled and said, "I believe in you." A little later, Zhao Yu finally caught up with the criminal and launched a kick, immediately subduing him. But just as Zhao Yu let his guard down, the criminal pulled out a dagger and slashed at Zhao Yu's face, almost hitting his eye. Then the criminal took the opportunity to escape. Zhao Yu, looking at the wound, his anger flared up. So he chased again, but unexpectedly the criminal crawled into a nearby dog hole to hide, causing Zhao Yu to slow his steps. At this moment, the suspect inside was also preparing to ambush Zhao Yu. Just as the suspect was wondering why there was no sound, Zhao Yu suddenly kicked open the wooden plank and shouted, "I was going to save you, but you still want to ambush me? You like using knives, right? Then I'll let you use them to your heart's content." Just as Zhao Yu subdued the suspect, he suddenly felt short of breath. Why is this happening? Just a little exercise, it shouldn't be this tiring. Zhao Yu looked at the dog, also a bit confused. Why isn't it coming here? Then the system displayed carbon dioxide concentration exceeds permissible levels. Reminder, leave quickly. Zhao Yu thought to himself, so there's too little oxygen here. I have to leave here quickly. Just as Zhao Yu was handcuffing him, he suddenly looked to the side and wondered, what is that? A little later, Zhao Yu sat in a place with enough oxygen and looked at his phone, saying, there's really no signal at all. But then he took out an invisible GPS device and a signal booster. Zhao Yu then called to inform his colleagues to come for support. After making the call, he was still very curious, looking at the bag he had just picked up. It's so full, what's inside? When the bag was opened, Zhao Yu was startled. At least 100,000, right? And these are old banknotes. Their value must have doubled by now. Why is there so much money in an abandoned mine shaft? A little later, colleagues arrived and buzzed with discussion. The citizens reported he ran west, so how did you catch him from the east? Isn't he in charge of investigating the south? Amazing. How did he know he was in the mine? Zhao Yu then instructed, pick up Li Bainey from room 211 of the suburban hotel when you go back. I'm too sleepy, so I'm leaving first. Just as Zhao Yu was about to get into the car, the dog looked at him with a pitiful expression. Zhao Yu couldn't bear it and said, all right, get in, I lose to you. And so one man and one dog slowly headed home. Just as Zhao Yu arrived at his doorstep, he suddenly found an injured, beautiful woman lying in front of his door. Zhao Yu looked a bit dazed. At this moment, the woman was also awakened by the smell on the dog. Zhao Yu then asked, why are you sleeping in the hallway in the middle of the night? The woman said distractedly, I forgot my keys and was planning to rest at the door until Sister Hong came back. I didn't expect to fall asleep. Zhao Yu, looking at the wound on her face as if she had been beaten by someone, said, come in and rest for a bit. As soon as the woman entered the house, she immediately went to bathe the dog, not even minding getting wet herself, and loudly called out, Officer, what's this dog's name? Zhao Yu casually said, Feces sniffing expert. And the woman actually believed it. Feces sniffing expert? Then let's take a bath together. Afterwards, Zhao Yu dried the dog, feeling amazed in his heart. This dog is really beautiful. And the woman on this side, while drying her hair, explained, it's a Belgian Shepherd. This type of dog is used by the canine unit as tracking dogs. Zhao Yu, seeing the girl was very knowledgeable, conveniently asked, how old is this dog? The girl estimated around 2 or 3 years old. Suddenly there was a knock on the door. The girl enthusiastically said, let me get it. The person who came was Sister Hong. Why did you run over to the neighbor's house? I heard your voice, so I came over to see. As soon as she finished speaking, Sister Hong saw the drenched girl eating a banana and Zhao Yu sitting on the floor. Sister Hong's mind immediately ran wild and she turned to leave. The girl behind her kept explaining, don't misunderstand, Sister Hong. I was bathing the dog, so I got wet. We didn't do anything. Zhao Yu on this side also turned to the dog and said, I wasn't tempted either, you know. Time shifted to the next day. At a restaurant, Li Bainey was sighing and calling out, Senior brother, I haven't even finished the case report for the previous murder, and you've already caught the culprit in the Guishan Reservoir case. My hands are blistering from typing, and I still can't keep up with your speed of catching people. Moreover, the team leader even asked me to help guide the new clerk in Team B. Zhao Yu then asked, has their team solved the nursing home theft case yet? Li Bainey replied that it was an inside job. The security guard targeted the 1 million yuan donation in the director's office. He adjusted the angle of the nursing home's surveillance cameras and hid the stolen money in the nursing home's cellar. Zhao Yu was very curious about how they solved the case. Li Bainey continued, because there was absolutely no image of the suspect, the criminal investigation team leader deduced it was an inside job and interrogated each security guard. One security guard had a new set of keys in his belongings which he had just made. It could open the director's office, the surveillance room, and the cellar. Investigating in this direction solved the case. Just as Zhao Yu was thinking, there was a commotion nearby. Brothers, I've already told your boss we're not selling this restaurant. This is our main livelihood. Can you please stop bothering us in the future? A hooligan retorted, we're customers too. What do you mean bothering? Another one chimed in, are you full yet? If you're full, then scram. The man continued to eat and drink calmly. What if I'm not full yet? The hooligan then picked up a wine bottle, slammed it on the table, and shouted, didn't you understand when I told you to scram, damn meddler? At the same time, at the R Sub-Bureau, everyone was bustling about preparing for the reception of Section Chief Su Yang. The bureau chief was the first to speak. This time it's to complete an important task assigned by the Provincial Party Committee. In the coming months, we must fully cooperate with him. By the way, where is Zhao Yu Su Yang specifically asked to see him? He seems to have gone out with Li Bainey. The people below were also whispering. Why send such a high-ranking official to our small sub-bureau to investigate? What does he look like? Is he fierce? I don't know if he's fierce. I heard he's very tall with a face as red as a wine butt. Returning to the scene at the restaurant, a pile of food flew past the red-faced man. It turned out Zhao Yu had thrown the food from the hot pot at the hooligans, his face grim, saying, if you want to eat, then eat. If not, then scram for me. Or do you want to sit in the police station? The hooligans, seeing the other party was a police officer, didn't dare do anything more and left, cursing. Zhao Yu, having just resolved the matter on this side, sat down preparing to eat something when he heard Li Bainey call, Senior brother, the team is preparing to welcome the leader sent down by the province. They told us to return to the team immediately. So the two immediately returned to the team, and the reception for Section Chief Su went smoothly. Section Chief Su suddenly spoke up and asked, I heard that in our bureau there's someone named Zhao Yu who has successfully solved several major cases. I wonder who it is. Section Chief Su looked in the direction everyone pointed and immediately stepped forward to introduce himself. I was just transferred here today. From now on we are colleagues. Zhao Yu looked closely. It turned out this person was the one Zhao Yu had helped out at the restaurant earlier. So the two enthusiastically greeted each other. The colleagues nearby, seeing their familiar demeanor, kept whispering. How does he know a provincial leader too? Could he have connections in the province? The major crimes unit is indeed too deep. Luckily I haven't offended this King Yama Zhao. A little later, Zhao Yu, after a busy day, was leisurely going upstairs when he suddenly saw a group of hooligans causing trouble at his neighbor's door. Zhao Yu's mind immediately raced. Hua Hua's face was beaten last time. It must have been them. But I don't care who you are, I'll just probe a little first. Thinking this, Zhao Yu stepped forward and called out, Gentlemen, I am Tian Bagay. I wonder whose men you are. One person immediately stood up. This is Hong Gay from Zone C. Who the hell are you? Never heard of you? Zhao Yu continued. So it's Hong Gay himself. I heard people say that even Hong Gay doesn't have the best goods from the biggest bar in Zone C. Hearing this, the hooligans immediately shouted profanities. All the goods there are managed by us Hong Gay's men. Zhao Yu smiled inwardly. Recording finished. Then he smiled friendly and affirmed, Honggae is indeed a big shot. So if I cripple Honggae, wouldn't my title as Tian Bagay become famous? This was followed by tragic screams. The two girls in the house had no idea what was happening until there was no more commotion outside. Only then did the two girls dare to peek out the door. Zhao Yu, seeing the two girls peeking out, said, I've sent the recording to the police team. They'll come to arrest people later. Just selling contraband and forcing women into prostitution is enough for this Honggae to spend a long time in jail. The two girls, seeing this matter resolved by Zhao Yu, didn't know how to express their gratitude. Zhao Yu then smiled and continued, I'm not doing this for free. You two go take a shower quickly, then come to my place for a relaxation package. Hearing this, the two girls looked embarrassed. A little later, Zhang Xiaoqin led Miao Ying on the way to Zhao Yu's house. Then Miao Ying arrived at the door and saw Zhao Yu comfortably being served by beautiful girls. Zhao Yu turned his head and also found Miao Ying with an awkward expression on her face. Damn it, why are you here? Miao Ying, when asked, was also a bit embarrassed. I've already asked your leader for permission. We need you to come to our sub-bureau to assist in the interrogation of the Jian Wenli victim case. But you look very busy. Zhao Yu, after hearing this, awkwardly put on his clothes. Then, as Zhao Yu and Miao Ying were walking, Zhao Yu suddenly found Miao Ying increasingly beautiful and thought, if I use invisible X-ray vision to take a look. Just as Zhao Yu was lost in thought, Miao Ying noticed and asked uncomfortably, What are you looking at? Zhao Yu immediately came back to his senses. Nothing. I was just thinking now that the culprit has been caught, what will happen to Lin Maifeng? Miao Ying, thinking he was serious, also replied, After all, it's intentional homicide. We'll have to see how their families arrange things. But her husband said he would find the best lawyer to defend her. There should be a good outcome. A little later, the two went to a restaurant to eat. The colleagues nearby kept discussing the culprit Mi Aijun. His right leg is disabled from the same village as Jian Wenli. His older brother even works at Jian Wenli's family's garment factory. He knew her family had money. He even heard from his brother that Jian Wenli and Liu Pengfei would go to the factory to check inventory that night and wouldn't be home, so he wanted to steal some valuables. But he didn't expect that Liu Pengfei, wanting to kill Jian Wenli, had arranged for her to rest at home. Mi Aijun, who originally came to steal, was suddenly caught by Jian Wenli. In a panic, he strangled her to death and put her back on the bed. When Lin Maifeng arrived, Jian Wenli was already dead, so she closed her eyes and stabbed the corpse a few times. Suddenly, a colleague curiously asked Zhao Yu, Why did you think this case was related to a locksmith? Zhao Yu confidently said, Lin Maifeng previously said that when she went to Jian Wenli's house, the door was locked. So how did the culprit get in? According to the evidence, the lock wasn't pried open. So it's possible the culprit used a key to open the door. Where did he get his key from? Naturally, I would suspect a locksmith. After speaking, Zhao Yu received everyone's admiration. Miao Ying, though looking very annoyed at Zhao Yu's smugness, still had to praise him insincerely. Officer Zhao, your thinking is meticulous and your mind is flexible. You're a good talent for detective work. Then she teased further. When I went to pick him up at his private residence just now, I even saw his two girlfriends, one massaging his shoulders and one pounding his back. He's really enjoying life. Zhao Yu thought to himself, Is this praising me or criticizing me? Zhao Yu replied without showing weakness. Not at all, not at all. Captain Miao is also highly skilled in martial arts and extraordinarily brave. Last time I was beaten by you until I had no strength to resist, and in the end I only managed to bite your butt once. Hearing this, Miao Ying immediately blushed and kicked Zhao Yu out the door. I don't want to see you anymore. Zhao Yu walked dejectedly on the road looking at this god-forsaken place where he couldn't even catch a cab. Moreover, she clearly started the topic first. After just a few words, she quit playing. That idiot Miao Ying even chose such a remote place to eat. Zhao Yu, seeing two people on the roadside, suddenly had an idea. Zhao Yu hurriedly approached and called out, My friend, see that car? The owner of that car treated me badly. Help me go pee on her car a puddle so she can look in the mirror and reflect on herself. After it's done, these 500 yuan will be yours. The two men looked at Zhao Yu thinking he was drunk. But they thought, only a fool wouldn't take 500 yuan. I also need to pee anyway. The man looked left and right, confirmed no one was around, and then relieved himself. Unexpectedly at this very moment, Miao Ying also walked out. Miao Ying, seeing this, turned purple with anger, rolled up her sleeves and rushed in to fight. Tragic screams rang out incessantly. Zhao Yu was gloating. Suddenly someone in the tea house next door shouted, Why do I hear old cow calling for people? Quick, go see what happened to the car. Zhao Yu turned his head and looked. The room and these things are all wrong. These people are smugglers. Then he saw a group of people carrying iron rods walking towards Miao Ying. Zhao Yu was horrified. Damn it. Why are there so many people? It's over. It's over. Zhao Yu squeezed into the crowd and saw Miao Ying constantly resisting. Just as one person was about to hit Miao Ying with a chair, Zhao Yu rushed over in time and kicked the chair away. Miao Ying at this moment also felt grateful. Is he helping me? Just like that, Miao Ying kept knocking down one hooligan after another, fighting until the two were back to back. But Miao Ying thought Zhao Yu was a hooligan and directly threw an elbow strike. So Zhao Yu took a full blow to the head. Although Miao Ying immediately apologized, Zhao Yu was unhappy in his heart. You hit me again. Miao Ying, you're finished, Zhao Yu. His face grim. dealt with the hooligans while advancing. To Miao Ying's bewilderment, Zhao Yu suddenly wrapped his arm around Miao Ying's waist and directly forced a kiss on her. Miao Ying's face immediately turned bright red and she hurriedly pushed Zhao Yu away. The colleagues who had just arrived shouted, "What's the situation here? Why are so many people lying around?" Zhao Yu avoided Miao Ying and directly instructed, "Arrest all these people. They are smugglers. The stolen goods are all in the room in front." Then he left. After being kissed, Miao Ying cursed inwardly. Crazy. And Zhao Yu, after returning home, kept blaming himself. I'm such a bastard. If it weren't for me, she wouldn't have been injured. I'm no longer that reckless guy who fights without thinking about the consequences. After taking a shower, Zhao Yu looked at his phone, then looked up at his bed, and was surprised to find 2 women lying on his bed. The message read, "Sorry to bother Officer Zhao. We're afraid the uncaptured members of Hong Gei's gang will come back for revenge. Please let us stay at your place for a while." Zhao Yu thought to himself, "They've moved in here, but I want to sleep on the bed too." Zhao Yu thought for a moment and still climbed onto the bed lying between the 2 women. But unexpectedly, he was kicked off the bed by the 2 of them in the middle of the night. Time shifted to the next day. Zhao Yu carried a bag of luggage to a place. "I heard you're an expert. I have this bag of money. Help me appraise it." After a while of examination, the colleague was also astonished. "Damn. This is not a small amount. This must be 200,000 yuan, and they're consecutive serial numbers. Damn it. This amount of money of yours might even increase 5-fold in value." Zhao Yu was still thinking that maybe the system wanted him to get rich when he suddenly heard his colleague ask, "Where did you get this bag?" Zhao Yu, hearing this, was very confused. "What's wrong?" The colleague shouted loudly. "This is ransom money. It's from a particularly large kidnapping case. It's the money the family gave to the kidnappers. What's your relationship with the kidnappers?" Hearing this, Zhao Yu wasn't flustered at all and directly said coolly, "Take a guess." At this moment, Miao Ying spoke up and recounted. 26 years ago, several wealthy families in the town, because the local teaching conditions were not good, arranged for their children to study in good schools in the city. They hired a taxi driver named Niu Weiguang to specifically pick up and drop off the children. That day they were driving home as usual, but strangely disappeared in a tunnel. Their bodies have not been found to this day. After receiving clues provided by Zhao Yu at 12:00 a.m. that night, a large number of police officers were dispatched to comprehensively search and excavate the cave. All units pay attention, ransom money was found near this area. See if there are any other clues around. Zhao Yu and the others also arrived at this area. Miao Ying continued her account. 3 days after the car disappeared, the kidnappers contacted these 5 families demanding 200,000 yuan ransom from each family for the release of the hostages. But after the families paid the money, the hostages, the suspects, and the ransom money all vanished without a trace. For 26 years, there hasn't been any clue. Currently, the butterfly-shaped mark on the bag missing a corner is identical to the bag you picked up. Zhang Jingfeng sighed again. To catch someone in such a remote place and even pick up a major clue. Sometimes I suspect if you're a god, brother. Zhao Yu at this point also thought it must be another miracle system encounter. It was very strange before. Why was there so much money in these abandoned mine shafts? And the colleagues, searching, complained, "What can we dig up in this abandoned mine shaft? Maybe there's nothing at all, just a waste of effort." Suddenly, another group of colleagues shouted, "All units pay attention! Something has been found!" Hearing this, everyone was stunned. The earth-shattering case from 26 years ago was once again activated. Reporters from all over rushed to ask, "I heard that the people kidnapped 26 years ago were found in the mine shaft. May I ask if everyone has been found? May I ask if there's anything that can be made public? Now I heard that city leaders have also arrived. Is it true that the victims' families have offered a reward of millions of yuan to catch the culprit?" And Zhao Yu, walking on the road, lamented, "Who would have thought that a group of children would be buried under that mine shaft for 26 years? At this time, Zhao Yu attended a meeting to analyze the particularly serious kidnapping and murder case. At the meeting, people reported that 5 complete sets of skeletal remains were found in the collapsed mine shaft. After DNA comparison, it was officially confirmed that 4 of them were Liang Meili, 9 years old, Liang Shuhan, 12 years old, Tao Xiao, 11 years old, and Liu Hongxiang, 10 years old, who were kidnapped that year. The remaining one was the driver Liu Weiguang. Time shifted to the evening. The parents of Tao Xiao, the 11-year-old who was kidnapped earlier, also came. The family was extremely grateful, calling out, "Officer Zhao, thank you, thank you. If it weren't for you, my son might have been missing forever. To be able to find Xiao Xiao's remains while I'm still alive is thanks to your blessing. Please, you must find the culprit." Afterwards, Zhao Yu stood by the window thinking. The only one whose body hasn't been found is Liang Sisi, 7 years old. Can she be found just based on the composite sketch drawn by the expert? Suddenly, Zhao Yu saw an office still lit up. It's so late, who's still here? Looking closer, it turned out to be Ku Ping. But thinking about it, it made sense. She was always so dedicated to cases, never giving up any hope. At this moment, Ku Ping also noticed Zhao Yu's arrival and spoke sarcastically. "Detective Zhao, what brings you here for guidance?" Zhao Yu smiled and replied, "I came to learn." Ku Ping continued, "Although I really dislike you as a person, I don't dislike your abilities. Tell me, what have you figured out?" Zhao Yu directly replied, "From the beginning, because the kidnappers didn't leave any loopholes, the police believed they had meticulously planned before the kidnapping. But what if their kidnapping was an accident? Normally, after kidnapping someone, kidnappers will quickly call the family to demand ransom. The purpose is to prevent them from reporting to the police, but they waited 3 whole days before calling to extort money. That's very easy to expose. Also, kidnappers usually drive their own car to pick up people. But this time, the 6-seater van carrying the children also disappeared. A 6-seater van is too big a target, very easy for others to spot. If the car ran out of gas or broke down on the road, it would be even more troublesome. The senior said the kidnappers must have at least 3 people. So on this 6-seater van, there were already 5 children and 1 adult plus 3 kidnappers. Wouldn't that be too crowded? Ku Ping felt there was something unique about this. A very convincing starting point. But if they weren't professional kidnappers, how could they call for ransom? Collect the ransom, kill. The hostages disappear and do everything so perfectly. Zhao Yu smiled and continued. You've never kidnapped anyone, so it's normal for you not to know. Kidnapping is actually a very technical job. I know people who do kidnappings and basically no one can do it so perfectly. Therefore, I believe these kidnappers Jen Ben didn't have any kidnapping plan at all. Maybe initially they just wanted to steal a car or some money and never expected so many people to be in the car. Hearing this, Ku Ping reacted. I haven't kidnapped anyone, so you have. Zhao Yu, looking embarrassed, said, What are you thinking? In our profession, we more or less have to put ourselves in the criminal's shoes. Ku Ping, after hearing this, also found it reasonable. You don't look like you've done that kind of thing. According to you, the driver knew Wei Guang was an innocent victim. Wasn't he an accomplice of the kidnappers? Zhao Yu continued to explain. He and the children were from the same village, and he even had a private car service cooperation. There was really no need for him to participate in the kidnapping. But if those kidnappers from that year are still alive, they must all be rich men. Ku Ping, a little confused, asked why. Zhao Yu had to continue explaining. Think about it. A bag of 200,000 yuan in cash was buried under that mine shaft. Only they knew about this. If they lived in poverty, could they not be tempted to go back and dig it up? Ku Ping suddenly realized. So we can start from this angle and investigate if anyone involved back then is not short of money. Zhao Yu replied, We can do it, but the scope is too large and the difficulty is not small. But Ku Ping didn't want to give up. Anyway, as long as we continue to investigate, there will be results. I hope those kidnappers are still alive. A little later, Zhao Yu went to meet the forensic doctor. Free for a drink. The forensic doctor replied. Wait until you've solved the case. Great detective. Here's the incident report you need. Zhao Yu looked at the report and thought. The mine shaft collapsed due to an explosion. The remains of the 5 people all showed signs of impact from an explosion, but currently it cannot be determined whether they were killed by the explosion or buried after death. Near the remains, there were ropes suggesting the deceased were tied with ropes before death, and the ropes were still on them when the explosion occurred. Niu Weiguang's body had clear stab wounds, including 1 broken rib. There were neat cuts on both sides, suggesting he was forcefully stabbed by someone else before death. This position is near the heart, so the probability of death is very high. At this moment, colleagues in the office kept teasing Zhao Yu. Hey Zhao Yu, you solved the brutal murder case and even caught the culprit in the Chen family case. You must be tired of receiving reward money, right? Contribute a little, let us drool a bit, have a goal to strive for. People also say you found the ransom money and the family even gave you a share. Is that true? Just as everyone was gossiping, they heard from outside that the team leader was back. Everyone spoke even louder, and Zhao Yu was getting more and more annoyed. So noisy. All day long it's just money and food. Compared to Ku Ping, who was still pondering the case late last night, this group of people is truly hopeless. Zhao Yu shouted loudly, If you want to eat, then scram nagging here endlessly. Are you going to let others read reports or not? Hearing this, everyone was annoyed. Just then, Bureau Chief Liao arrived and sighed. What's wrong again? This stinking brat wants to confront the entire team. Bureau Chief. Liao slowly walked toward Zhao Yu and called out, Nephew, follow me. I have something to talk to you about. Hearing the word nephew, everyone's eyes widened again. Damn it. What did Bureau Chief Liao call him? Does Zhao Yu have powerful connections? Could he be the Bureau Chief's nephew? But Zhao Yu looked disdainful, thinking to himself, Who is this person? Since he was quite curious, Zhao Yu asked, Leader, what do you need me for? Bureau Chief. Liao also said honestly, This is all I can do. In the future, try to curb that hot temper of yours and work hard. Zhao Yu listened, bewildered. A little later, Zhao Yu went to the place where the kidnappers had arranged for the family to throw the ransom money that year. Just as Zhao Yu was thinking, Miao Ying kept calling him. Zhao Yu reacted, almost falling down. Why are you shouting so loudly? Miao Ying hurriedly explained. I just called you several times. What are you thinking about? I'm thinking when the family just arrived at the cliff, the walkie-talkie left by the kidnappers rang. This shows that at least one person was always observing the family's movements. The family was required to stand in the red circle drawn by the kidnappers beforehand and throw all the money down at the same spot on the cliff. So there must have been one person below the cliff waiting for the ransom to fall. And there must have been one person responsible for guarding the hostages. Previously, team leader Ku Ping said they could get the ransom under police surveillance, use walkie-talkies to avoid being tracked, and even destroy the tracking device in the ransom bag. So they must be very familiar with police investigation methods. He either used to work in the police system or has friends who are police officers. The explosives components detected in the exploded mine shaft are commonly used for mountain blasting in mining areas. Among the kidnappers, there must also be someone who used to do rock blasting work in a mining area. Suddenly, Zhao Yu's phone rang. The person on the other end said, Let me play the hooligan. A little later, Zhao Yu arrived at a restaurant and directly pressed the leading hooligan to the ground. You brats don't understand the rules. Causing trouble outside, aren't you afraid of getting your heads bashed in? Do you know who you've provoked? Open your dog eyes wide and look. I am Tianba Gay. That one is the red-faced Guangong Suye, who paid you to cause trouble at the restaurant Da Fei Long or Huang Mao Chong. The hooligan then confessed, it was the guy with glasses. That guy with glasses seems to be called Xiao Ma Chao or something. We're not close. We don't have his phone number. They just gave each of us 200 yuan and told us to drive away the customers. Zhao Yu then cursed. You guys are really idiots. I heard Da Fei Long offered 20,000 yuan. Xiao Ma Chao hired you for 200 yuan. You don't even know how much commission he skimmed off you. All right, leave the money and scram. The hooligans, hearing they could scram, immediately handed over the money and fled. After that, Zhao Yu and Su Ye drank merrily together. Su Ye also started to praise. You're good. You sounded so real, even I believed it. I've become the red-faced Guangong Su Ye in the underworld now. Yay. Zhao Yu also replied happily. Looking at that group, you can tell they're greenhorns new to the profession with no background in the underworld. Su Ye smiled and continued. What you said just now, I'll take it as you agreed. Earlier, Su Ye had invited Zhao Yu to work in the Discipline Inspection Department as a special investigator. In the future, if you encounter this kind of situation, just use the name of the Major Crimes Unit and stir things up. Conveniently drag some case into it and cause them a bit more trouble. Oh, I didn't expect your police methods to be so insidious. What are you talking about? Aren't you a police officer? Right now, we can only fight fire with fire. Use a sprat to catch a mackerel. Wait until I figure out their internal connections, then I can catch them all in one go. Today, luckily, I had you. If I had acted, my identity would have been exposed immediately. Zhao Yu could only smile. So you came to Kinshan City to investigate right as the head of the supervision department in the bureau, one of theirs. Su Ye also confirmed. That's correct. That name Xiao Ma Chao you just dug up is not a bad clue. I didn't expect you to play a hooligan so professionally. You're truly an expert at causing trouble for others. Zhao Yu also didn't mind. Are you trying to say I'm very much like a hooligan? Just as the two were chatting happily, Zhao Yu suddenly thought of something. Wait a minute, professional and expert. This reminded him of someone. He stood up and hurriedly left. I have something to do, I have to go first. Let's contact each other later. Su Ye watched Zhao Yu leave, feeling speechless. I've never finished a meal with him. A little later inside QN prison, which housed all serious criminals. At this time, Zhao Yu found Xiao Hai. You've also committed kidnapping. This person is the culprit in a kidnapping and murder case. 2 accomplices were shot dead earlier. He has participated in many kidnappings and can be considered an expert in the kidnapping world. Because the hostage suddenly had a heart attack and died, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. Xiao Hai, I'll be frank. Under what circumstances would you kill a hostage? Xiao Hai immediately looked aggrieved. Hasn't my case already been clearly investigated? I kidnapped that girl who had a heart condition. We didn't intentionally kill her. Kidnapping is to make money. Who wants to kill someone? Zhao Yu, seeing this, also broke into a sweat. Don't cry. Calm down. I'm in charge of the M case and came here to consult you on a few things, not to reopen your case. Besides, if you can help us, it might be beneficial for your sentence reduction. Xiao Hai, hearing this, also honestly confessed. I know that case. There are many reasons for killing hostages. For example, if the hostage accidentally sees the kidnappers' faces, the kidnappers are afraid of being exposed. Or if the family doesn't cooperate or reports to the police, forcing the kidnappers into a corner. Some hostages have heart conditions or other illnesses or have accidents while trying to escape. But I don't think the M case falls into these categories. The kidnappers in the M case are truly insane. So many children, and they still acted. They got the ransom money and still killed the hostages without any sense of morality. Moreover, that driver had no value. Why bother kidnapping him? Since they were already kidnapping children, wouldn't it be better to let him go back and inform the family? Or just stab him once and use his blood to scare the parents into obediently handing over the money? If it were me, I wouldn't bring such a strong young man with me, even if I were beaten to death. He's definitely a source of trouble. Hearing this, Zhao Yu immediately thought, could there be some other secret about that driver, Niu Wei Guang? A little later, Zhao Yu found Yang Wentao again, the prisoner in the Guishan Reservoir corpse case, whom he had arrested earlier. Yang Wentao was also a bit curious. How can I help you? The kidnapping case has nothing to do with me. Zhao Yu also asked seriously, I want to know what's the origin of the mine shaft you were hiding in. Yang Wentao also honestly confessed. In previous years, the mine shafts in the back mountain were all contracted out to private individuals. If you had money, you could invest and contract a few shafts to try your luck. If you dug up silver, you won. You could make 100 times the profit. If you didn't dig up anything, losing your entire fortune was a common occurrence. That mine shaft was just an abandoned shaft on the map. Nothing could be dug from it. I didn't know about that place at all before. I only went in because I was being chased by you until I was dizzy. Zhao Yu continued to ask, who built the wooden fence? Yang Wentao shook his head and replied, I don't know. It's been there for many years. Zhao Yu asked again, do you know who contracted that mine shaft? Yang Wentao replied, it was a nouveau riche. Back then when we were setting up the project, we needed the contractor's consent. But when we found him, he had been dead for a long time. And he died very tragically, his whole family ruined. His name seemed to be Cheng Sanli. After asking, Zhao Yu immediately went to Kuping to discuss. I'm thinking, could this Cheng Sanli have participated in the kidnapping? After getting the money, he contracted the mine, then had a conflict with his accomplices which led to his family being ruined. Ku Ping, after hearing this, also felt it was reasonable. I think this clue is plausible. I'll have someone investigate this guy. You're really something, even criminals can be consulted by you. Zhao Yu quickly replied, this isn't the first day you've seen my abilities. Stop it right there. Just one compliment and you're already showing off. And so the two chatted while ending a day's work. Until the early morning of the next day, a phone call rang, waking the soundly sleeping Zhao Yu. After Zhao Yu answered the phone, his whole body went numb. The phone also dropped and shattered. When he arrived at the scene, Zhao Yu couldn't believe his eyes even more. You bastards! What are you doing? Take her to the hospital immediately! Everyone was silent. Heads bowed. Zhao Yu looked at the scene with tear-filled eyes. It was the scene of team leader Ku Ping's tragic death. Zhao Yu kept screaming, she's not dead yet! What are you standing there? Leng for! Save her! Suddenly the forensic doctor stepped forward and slapped Zhao Yu straight across the face. Calm down! Zhao Yu, Ku Ping is really dead! After being slapped, Zhao Yu gradually regained his senses. At that moment, colleagues were preparing to take the body back to the police station for autopsy, to clarify the cause of team leader Ku's death. Zhao Yu slowly walked over, picked up Ku Ping, and left with tear-filled eyes. A little later, the Bureau immediately analyzed Ku Ping's case. A colleague said, around 1 a.m. last night, team leader Ku Ping had an accident while driving home. Near the car, there were clear signs of emergency braking. The car body was not collided or scratched. We currently speculate that when she passed the incident location, she saw someone on the road, so she braked sharply and got out to check but was stabbed and her shoulder bag was robbed. However, there was no dash cam in Ku Ping's car. The section of the road where the incident occurred was under construction, and the surveillance cameras were paralyzed, so there are no images recording the situation at that time. The culprit who stabbed Ku Ping to death committed a premeditated robbery. He originally just wanted to rob some money, but because a dispute occurred with Ku Ping, he accidentally stabbed her to death. After hearing the report, Zhao Yu didn't think so. It's definitely not that simple. If the culprit was robbing for money upon seeing her in police uniform, he would have just turned and fled. She was stabbed into a pool of blood. If it was an accidental killing, was it necessary to stab so many times? If it was an intentional killing... Zhao Yu's pupils suddenly constricted. Could it be because of Chung Sanli, whom she was investigating in the M case yesterday? Before he could think much, the forensic doctor said, it's very strange. Although team leader Ku Ping was stabbed multiple times, the fatal blow was a stab from behind. This stab went straight to the heart and even avoided the bones protecting the heart. The culprit is definitely a professional. Another colleague continued to analyze. 1 kilometer from the scene where Ku Ping was murdered, a bloody knife was found in a trash can. The fingerprints on it belonged to Ho Meng. I know that person. He's a regular at the bureau. He previously served time for robbery and illegal possession of firearms. Everyone look at the police files. Linking the surveillance video near the incident scene, he was there. He was even holding team leader Q's bag. So a group of colleagues angrily rushed off to arrest this Ho Meng, but Zhao Yu couldn't understand. The murder weapon was found 1 kilometer from the body. Although the location where Ho Meng appeared was less than 1 kilometer from the body, he had no knife in his hand. Moreover, his state looked like he had drunk too much or used stimulants. Ku Ping, after all, was in the police force. He couldn't even walk steadily, so how could he have killed Ku Ping like that? So there was another culprit at the scene. Thinking this, Zhao Yu wished he could immediately find this culprit. By evening, the colleagues who went to arrest Ho Meng were very frustrated. We've searched all the places Ho Meng might be hiding but still haven't found him. He's probably at the internet cafe where his girlfriend works, or at his brother Chi Chunhua's place right now. If we can't find him within another 24 hours, we're out of luck. Zhao Yu looked at Ku Ping's photo and asked, did you investigate Chung Sanli last night? The colleague replied, very embarrassed. Yes, but we didn't find anything. So we went back first. At that time, I felt team leader Ku Ping wasn't in good spirits and wanted to drive her home. If I had insisted on driving her home, this wouldn't have happened. The colleague at this moment was filled with endless regret in his heart. But now was not the time for regret. Zhao Yu looked at Ku Ping's photo and thought, I won't let you die in vain. I will not only investigate the M case to the end, but also catch the murderer who killed you. Then he confirmed, I've thought of a way to force this Ho Meng to show himself. Which of you is willing to help me? At this point, Zhao Yu directly ordered a group of hooligans to arbitrarily interrogate the suspect's girlfriend. When the door was kicked open, the leading underling arrogantly said to Zhao Yu, Officer Zhao, the girl confessed. Ho Meng called her this morning saying he caused trouble and wanted to go into hiding, asking a guy named Ji Chunhua for help. Zhao Yu, after hearing this, only asked, has she confessed yet? The underling replied, she has. She definitely has to confess. This mouth of hers is very stubborn. If her legs aren't broken, she won't talk even if she dies. The underling also understood that if they were going to act, they had to act it out completely. Even the police officer who was originally monitoring Ho Meng's girlfriend was subdued. Zhao Yu, without turning his head, said, don't worry, I'll quickly bring them to light. The underlings behind him shouted in unison, since Big Brother has said so, we brothers will go through fire and water without hesitation. Just leave the rest to us. When they returned to the car, the colleague following Zhao Yu reported, Ho Meng's girlfriend indeed lied to us. After the incident, the two of them clearly contacted each other. It's said that Ji Chunhua guy has some influence both in the underworld and in society. He definitely has many underlings helping him. We interrogated him before and he insisted he had no relationship with Hao Meng. If he goes today, he definitely still won't confess. So what should we do? Zhao Yu only asked one question. Which of you is carrying a gun? After that, the four of them, led by Zhao Yu, rushed straight into the casino. Freeze police business, everyone cooperate a little. Ji Chunhua looked at the police officers rushing in and arrogantly shouted, I've been in the underworld for so many years and haven't left any tail for the police to catch. Even your leaders have to give me some face when they see me. What can you little cops do to me? So officer, what's the matter? Ji Chunhua, relying on his many underlings, completely disregarded Zhao Yu and the others. But Zhao Yu didn't care about that and directly punched him. Ji Chunhua didn't expect this man to be so unruly. Zhao Yu lifted his foot and got straight to the point. Where is Hao Meng? The underlings beside him finally reacted. Are you crazy? How dare you hit our big brother? Ji Chunhua also shouted. I already told you I don't know. Do you know what you're doing? Let me see how I deal with you later. Seeing a group of underlings preparing to make a move, Zhao Yu signaled his colleagues, who immediately fired warning shots. Zhao Yu fiercely said, We are arresting the murderer of the criminal investigation team captain. Anyone else who dares to talk nonsense, I will deal with them for obstructing official duties and shoot them. If you're not afraid of bullets, then come on up. As soon as these words were uttered, no one dared to advance further. Then he continued, Ji Chunhua, you're a smart person. Without orders from above, would little cops like us dare to come to you demanding someone, since you don't know what's good for you, then be a cripple for the rest of your life? Ji Chunhua, seeing Zhao Yu about to stomp down, immediately pleaded, Officer, please listen to me. Believe me, I don't know where Hao Meng went, but I can help you investigate. As soon as these words were uttered, Zhao Yu's anger exploded. At this point, you still want to play tricks on me? Without saying another word, he directly stomped and broke Ji Chunhua's leg. Then he lifted his foot, preparing to stomp on the other leg. Only then did Ji Chunhua truly realize the severity of the problem and hurriedly shouted, Don't, he's at the Anlu warehouse. Although Zhao Yu had found Hao Meng's hiding place, this location was really too large. A colleague immediately informed the captain to call for reinforcements. Just as Zhao Yu and the others were still thinking about how to find Hao Meng's specific location, Hao Meng came out from behind. A colleague immediately recognized him and shouted loudly, Stop, Hao Meng! Hao Meng, seeing this, didn't hesitate and immediately fled. Zhao Yu and the others chased relentlessly. At this moment, Hao Meng suddenly ran into a warehouse. Zhao Yu and the others, having just reached the door, looked bewildered. Isn't this like catching fish in a barrel? Suddenly a series of dazzling lights turned on. Zhao Yu was startled. Is this another criminal den? Hao Meng immediately shouted, Stop them! They're police! Following Hao Meng's shout, everyone in the criminal den rushed forward. Zhao Yu, leading the charge, directly rushed in and punched through the criminals' ranks, then immediately shouted, You guys go catch Hao Meng first! Suddenly, a man grabbed Zhao Yu from behind. Zhao Yu forcefully threw him off, but unexpectedly he was hit on the head with a stick by another person. Blood kept flowing from his forehead. Zhao Yu fiercely turned his head to look. Just as everyone was worried, Zhao Yu snatched the broken stick. His colleague immediately sensed something was wrong. Immediately after, Zhao Yu, without hesitation, stabbed the stick into that man. The man also let out a tragic scream in pain. Just as the opponent was screaming tragically, another person rushed up with a cleaver. Zhao Yu directly pulled out the wooden stick and stabbed it straight into the other person's abdomen. The tragic screams at the scene became even more intense. The remaining people, upon seeing this scene, were so scared they didn't dare to move anymore. Zhao Yu thoroughly displayed his way of handling things from his previous life. A man who is not ruthless cannot stand firm. Where Zhao Yu passed, everyone dropped their weapons. Just like that, Zhao Yu, holding a cleaver, slowly walked out the door. A little later, Zhao Yu caught up with his colleagues. A colleague also reported, Hao Meng just ran towards that side. There are no cars nearby, so he definitely can't run far. Zhao Yu suddenly saw a motorcycle at the corner of the street. Zhao Yu, without hesitation, directly used the universal lock-picking device to start the vehicle. Before he could even start the engine, he heard gunshots from the side. Zhao Yu immediately went up and asked, Are you okay? Where's Hao Meng? The colleague hurriedly replied, Hao Meng is up ahead. That guy has a fake gun and shot me in the leg. Be careful, don't let him escape. Hearing this, Zhao Yu directly accelerated and rushed forward. Hao Meng at this point was already exhausted. Turning his head, he saw Zhao Yu chasing him. Hao Meng, deciding to go all out directly, pulled out the fake gun, closed his eyes, and fired a shot. Then he opened his eyes and saw the person on the motorcycle had disappeared. Suddenly, the motorcycle moved automatically, a fishtail maneuver, directly knocking Hao Meng down. Hao Meng lay on the ground, crying out in pain. Zhao Yu, now wearing an invisibility cloak holding a gasoline can, smashed it straight towards Hao Meng. Hao Meng, naturally unable to see Zhao Yu, was knocked unconscious in terror. After returning to the police station, Zhao Yu forcefully grabbed a girl's leg and called out, Chief Wang, can you be a little gentler? I'm a living person, not a corpse. Chief Wang said seriously, No, if I don't use force, how can I stitch it? Besides, you should still go to the hospital for a comprehensive checkup. If there are any other problems, you can't be careless. Zhao Yu said it was fine. Turning his head, he saw the team leader still staring at him. The team leader, seeing this, also explained, I have to keep a close eye on you lest you cause trouble for me again. Suddenly, at this moment, several men in neat uniforms walked in, saluted Zhao Yu in unison, expressing their respect. On behalf of all members of Team B, on behalf of Team Leader Ku Ping, I thank you for bravely arresting the culprit. To be honest, I didn't like you before, but now it's different. In the future, if you need me for anything, just ask. Zhao Yu replied gently, don't say that she was also my friend. Suddenly, someone shouted loudly, calling Zhao Yu, the bureau chief wants to see you. She. A little later in the bureau chief's office, Zhao Yu roared angrily, why am I being suspended? The bureau chief explained, you abused your power-hired people to beat the suspect's girlfriend, obstructed the actions of law enforcement detectives, and even broke the casino owner's leg. 12 people in the warehouse were seriously injured, 5 were hospitalized, and 1 is still in the intensive care unit and hasn't come out yet. Look at what you've done. Do you still look like a police officer? Zhao Yu was very confused and called out, Bureau Chief, there were more than 40 of them, and only 3 of us. They wanted to corner us to death last night. We were acting in legitimate self-defense. The bureau chief shouted loudly, arguing stubbornly. We are police officers. We must think about the consequences when we work. We can't just do whatever we want. Zhao Yu was unwilling. Before team leader Q was harmed, she was investigating the M case. Her death is very likely related to the M case. At the scene where she was harmed, there was only a video of Ho Meng leaving, no video of him arriving. Ho Meng had no weapon in his hand yet. The weapon appeared in a trash can 1 kilometer away. This proves he still has accomplices behind him. Behind Ho Meng, there might be another mastermind. This mastermind might know all of Ku Ping's actions and is definitely not an ordinary person. He might even come from within our police bureau. This case must be investigated by me. The bureau chief called out to Zhao Yu again. Solving cases requires evidence, don't you know? The complaint against you is already on its way. If it weren't for you catching Hao Meng, you would have been imprisoned by the police team long ago. I've already been scolded several rounds by the higher-ups. Not expelling you is already the utmost leniency. Hearing these words, Zhao Yu's hot temper could no longer be suppressed. He directly kicked the bureau chief's desk and raised his middle finger. If you don't let me investigate, then I don't want to do it anymore. That night, Zhao Yu dreamed that Ku Ping appeared at the dinner table. Zhao Yu hurriedly asked, Why are you here? Ku Ping said indifferently. Where else should I be? Who knows, maybe you really want to have this meal with me. Zhao Yu was very embarrassed. I'm sorry. If it weren't for me letting you investigate Cheng Sanli of the M case. Ku Ping then demanded, Stop being narcissistic. How do you know it's because of the M case? Zhao Yu said firmly, I will definitely catch the person who killed you. No matter how many there are, I will bring them all to light. Okay, then I believe you. At this moment, Zhao Yu was lying on the bed, tears streaming down his face. Time moved to the next day. At Ku Ping's memorial service, Ku Ping's husband held their son sobbing. The son kept calling, Daddy, Daddy, why isn't Mommy waking up yet? Daddy, quickly wake Mommy up to play with me. Looking at this scene, Zhao Yu felt very uncomfortable in his heart. No matter what method I use, I must quickly return to the police team to investigate the M case. No matter what the truth about her death is, I will absolutely not give up. Suddenly, a phone rang. Zhao Yu picked up the phone. Zhao Yu, at your 11 o'clock, there's a car. I just want to see you alone. Come here quickly. When Zhao Yu reached the car, the person who got out was Bureau Chief Liao. Bureau Chief Liao didn't explain anything and directly opened the backseat door. Zhao Yu recognized at a glance that it was Captain Jin. Captain Jin, wearing hospital clothes, shouted, You brat! What are you standing there lang for? Quickly help me down! Push me to pay respects to Ku Ping! Captain Jin then also wondered, how did Ku Ping die? Just as Zhao Yu was about to answer, Captain Jin's slipper fell off. Zhao Yu without hesitation picked it up and put it on for him. A little later, Captain Jin directly kicked off the slipper. Zhao Yu at this moment was very annoyed. Can your feet move? You just made me serve you, Captain Jin shouted at Zhao Yu. Put it on for me quick. Although Zhao Yu was very annoyed, he still obediently put the slipper back on. Captain Jin, seeing this, directly hit Zhao Yu on the head with the flowers. Quick, push me back. I want to go back to the car. Zhao Yu really didn't understand what was happening, thinking to himself, is this old man mentally ill? A little later, after Captain Jin left, Bureau Chief Liao took out a notebook and gave it to Zhao Yu. Old Jin said if he returned to the car by himself, this notebook would be cremated with him. If you pushed him back, this notebook would be given to you. Zhao Yu was very confused. What's wrong with him? Bureau Chief Liao at this moment also looked very grave and explained, it's bone cancer. Both his legs had to be amputated. At most, he can only live for another 4 months. He doesn't want to torture himself anymore either. Hearing this, Zhao Yu's heart felt heavy. Bureau Chief Liao continued, this notebook records all of Wu Qi's national-level major cases, all cold cases that old Jin personally participated in back then. He no longer has the strength to investigate. He has identified you as the successor he has been looking for all along. He sees his younger self in you. Well, kid, do you feel this burden is heavy? Zhao Yu, after hearing these words, smiled and said, these old ginger-like men want to lead me by the nose and make me sell my life for you. Bureau Chief Liao was about to take back the notebook, but Zhao Yu quickly snatched it. Zhao Yu, I am originally a person who hates evil as an enemy, a god who wants to help justice. How can I let murderers roam free outside the law? But last time you came to the office to help me show off, I thought something was wrong with you. Turns out you were asking for a favor. Unfortunately, I'm now suspended by old Chu and can't do anything. Can you help me get reinstated? Bureau Chief? Liao replied. Where's the suspension letter? Without documents. How can it be called a suspension? Bureau Chief Chu just wanted to teach you a lesson. Do you know how many bullets he has taken for you? If it weren't for him doing his best to protect and keep you, you would have been handcuffed by now. That Ji Chunhua guy keeps biting onto you, refusing to let go. Recently, he's even been using all sorts of connections to send you to prison. Hearing this, Zhao Yu immediately flew into a rage. Damn it! Let's see how I deal with this guy who doesn't know life from death today. Bureau Chief Liao was worried. Now is a sensitive time. Don't be impulsive like that. Zhao Yu hurriedly waved his hand. Don't worry, I know my limits. He will definitely back down obediently. After I finish these two big things, I will fulfill old Jin's wish. In the evening, Zhao Yu went to a tea house to find Boss Ji. Is this tea expensive? I want to buy a box for our bureau chief. What do you think? Ji Chunhua, though afraid of the man in front of him, was still arrogant since it was his territory. Surnamed Zhao, you've got some nerve daring to come here by yourself. Zhao Yu held the tea box pretending to be friendly. Boss Ji, I came today to make friends. Let's resolve our grievances and become friends. How about I treat you to a meal? Ji Chunhua paid no attention, completely disregarding him. Now let me break your legs, then you kowtow and apologize to me, and I'll consider it. Hearing this, Zhao Yu knew there was nothing to discuss. Suddenly, Ji Chunhua and his underlings continuously received phone calls, reporting that several of his workshops were being raided by the police. But this blow didn't make Ji Chunhua yield. On the contrary, he arrogantly shouted, Zhao Yu, don't think doing this will scare me. I have money, I'm not short of a few shabby workshops. Zhao Yu, after hearing this, sneered, stepped forward, and poked Ji Chunhua's head with his finger. I just collected your soul. You'd better be obedient or you'll bear the consequences yourself. Hearing this, Ji Chunhua thought he was crazy. Zhao Yu smiled and walked out. A little later at a dog meat restaurant, Ji Chunhua received a call from Zhao Yu. Boss Ji, you're quite leisurely even eating dog meat. Are you looking for someone to deal with me? And there's Mao Tai wine and Cuban cigars too. 2 men and 1 woman all dressed like distinguished guests, huh? Hearing this, Ji Chunhua immediately realized something was wrong. Could this guy be following me? He looked around, but he didn't know that Zhao Yu had used an invisible surveillance device to monitor him. Zhao Yu continued, Don't look, it's not there, it's on you. That guy in the plaid shirt is a judge, right? That girl with glasses looks familiar. Is she Wen Zhuzhu from the Procuratorate? That guy with no beard is a lawyer. Ji Chunhua at this moment was extremely panicked, and hurriedly hung up the phone. He ran straight into the restroom, stripped off all his clothes to check for any surveillance devices. But unexpectedly, Zhao Yu called again. I say, Boss Ji, you don't have to be so careful, looking for surveillance devices. Your skin is quite fair. There's even a birthmark next to your navel. Overcome with anger, Ji Chunhua turned off his phone. A little later, Ji Chunhua, exhausted, dragged himself home. Ji Chunhua's wife smiled and said, You're back. It's so late, yet you still know the way home. Suddenly, a phone call came to Ji Chunhua's wife's phone. Ji Chunhua answered, and Zhao Yu said again, Is hanging up enough? Your wife is quite a looker, isn't she? How about I livestream your lovemaking for the world to see? Ji Chunhua, hearing this, couldn't bear it anymore and threw the phone away. The next day, Zhao Yu came to Bureau Chief Chu's office with a smile, bringing Ji Chunhua's tea to apologize. Bureau Chief Chu, I misunderstood you before and broke your cup. This is to compensate you. Now Ji Chunhua has also withdrawn his lawsuit against me. Can I go back to work now? Bureau Chief Chu was speechless. This brat, why is he always so full of himself? Zhao Yu said shamelessly. Zhao Yu, I know my mistakes and correct them. I am loyal and righteous. You are good to me and I will definitely remember it in my heart. In the future I will be ready to sacrifice myself for you. Bureau Chief Chu was too lazy to say more. The new captain of the Major Crimes Unit has arrived. You two get acquainted. Zhao Yu turned his head and saw Officer Miao Ying reporting for duty. Zhao Yu, seeing Miao Ying, felt something was not right at all. At this moment the two met as if they regretted not knowing each other sooner. Zhao Yu tried to remain calm and greeted her. Captain Miao could only reply perfunctorily. As the two were walking, Zhao Yu looked at Captain Miao's back, his mind racing. He stepped forward, feigning friendliness. Did something happen that made you run to this remote corner of mine? Or were you transferred here because of me? No sooner said than done upon mentioning being forcibly kissed before Captain Miao immediately turned purple with anger and launched a kick. Zhao Yu, reacting like lightning, dodged the attack, but the power of that kick made the colleagues in the next office feel a tremor, thinking it was an earthquake, and they hurriedly ran out to see. Unexpectedly, they saw the wall Captain Miao had just kicked smoking. Zhao Yu broke into a cold sweat and said, This is our new captain. Everyone get acquainted. A little later, Zhao Yu went to Sub-Bureau No. 2 preparing to interrogate Hao Meng. As soon as the staff saw him, they asked, Are you from Sub-Bureau No. 2? Hao Meng is being interrogated by your colleagues. Zhao Yu picked up the list and looked. Indeed, it was her. It seems we think alike again. Then Captain Miao walked out of the interrogation room. Zhao Yu called out to Captain Miao, Haven't eaten yet. Let's go eat something together. Captain Miao, thinking Zhao Yu was following her, turned and left without any courtesy. Zhao Yu immediately blocked her way. I guess you definitely didn't get any clues from the interrogation just now. I know people like him best. Besides, how could an addict like him kill someone from the Major Crimes Unit? Captain Miao didn't understand what he was trying to do. Zhao Yu told Captain Miao to recall the previous interrogation of Liu Pengfei. Captain Miao thought back, and indeed, thanks to him, the interrogation had yielded results. Zhao Yu, seeing Captain Miao's silence, knew this was a success, and then said, So our second cooperation begins. When the two entered the interrogation room together, Hao Meng was very annoyed. Will you ever stop? I've confessed everything. What else do you want me to say? Besides, this Spitfire even injured me. Hearing this, Captain Meow got angry and stepped forward, saying, I see your wound has healed right. Then she prepared to throw a punch. Zhao Yu, seeing this, immediately pulled Captain Meow back. During the struggle, Zhao Yu kindly reminded him to shut up. But unexpectedly, Ho Meng said, Zhao Yu is no good either. He even broke my leg last time. Seeing he was so ungrateful, Zhao Yu let go of Captain Meow. What greeted Ho Meng was naturally a round of Captain Meow's punching bag treatment. When the tragic screams ended, Ho Meng finally became obedient. Zhao Yu stepped forward to work. I hope you confess clearly. If you didn't kill anyone, we will help you. Hu Meng began to recount everything. That night I did use drugs, but I don't remember anything. I don't even know if I killed anyone. Zhao Yu reminded him. Before, when I caught you, did you not see me but only saw the car? It was because I hypnotized you, that's why. Hearing this, Hao Meng felt this person might have a way to help him. Zhao Yu, seeing this, took out the lie detector. You just need to answer yes or no. After a few questions, Zhao Yu determined that this person indeed did not kill anyone. Perhaps he wasn't even an accomplice, just used by others. Moreover, he wasn't alone at the scene at that time. But even if he didn't know what happened, he could still measure the truth. Then Zhao Yu asked about the case. The system again reported not to ask questions unrelated to this case. Seeing this, Zhao Yu could only make wild guesses. Then Zhao Yu continued to ask about the number of people who conspired against Ku Ping. When Zhao Yu asked if there were more than 10 people who wanted to harm Ku Ping, the lie detector showed a green light. Zhao Yu was startled. Why were there so many people wanting to harm her? What on earth did Ku Ping do? He said to Captain Meow. I already know the answer. Seeing Zhao Yu turn to leave, Captain Meow immediately chased after him. What exactly did you find out? Zhao Yu then affirmed, my purpose and yours are different, and your purpose in coming to Sub-Bureau number 2 isn't that simple, right? I think there should be fewer tricks between us. Can you tell me the truth now? Miao Ying, hearing this, also let out a sigh and seriously affirmed, by the time I tell you, you'll be tightly bound to me. It's very possible you'll end up like Ku Ping. Before Ku Ping came to Sub-Bureau Num. 2. She was investigating a very dangerous case, and this death is also related to it. I was sent to investigate secretly. Now that you know, it's too late to regret. If you want to blame someone, you can only blame yourself for being too smart. But it's good to have you help me. Let's catch the mole together. Zhao Yu, after hearing this, teased, such a dangerous matter, how can there be no benefits? Miao Ying naturally knew what he wanted, and also smiled happily. If you help me complete this mission, I can consider going on a date with you once. Zhao Yu felt very uncomfortable in his heart. Such a big risk, and only one date. But before he could finish speaking, several lumps had already appeared on his head. A little later, Zhao Yu went to the mining company to investigate Chung Sanli's affairs. Chung Sanli was once a big boss who monopolized the building materials market. Later, the market slumped, the factory went bankrupt, and debts piled up. His wife hanged herself due to debt collectors. His eldest daughter was also killed in a car accident, and his younger son, Cheng Guangming, also went to jail for causing injury. Zhao Yu, after hearing this, thought to himself, it really matches what that prisoner said. Suddenly, the phone rang. Then Miao Ying also found Zhao Yu. Zhao Yu looked at Miao Ying very confused and saw her bring him an adorable little pig watch. This watch has a GPS system, can only receive calls, and cannot be eavesdropped on. Now you and I are tightly bound together. This is also for your safety. Miao Ying continued to ask, are you still investigating Chung Sanli's case? Haven't your organization's people all given up? They said he was very rich at that time and couldn't have participated in that kidnapping. But Zhao Yu still believed in his intuition. Ku Ping's death this time is definitely related to Chung Sanli's case. It's absolutely not a coincidence. Moreover, I believe that as long as I grasp all his relationships, I can definitely discover something. Miao Ying, seeing Zhao Yu so determined, could only ask to be his partner and investigate Chung Sanli's case with Zhao Yu. Hearing this, Zhao Yu was very happy. You are still the most reliable person. Old driver, quickly lead the way for me. The scene changed to a few hours later. At this time, Zhao Yu heard the conversation between Miao Ying and her mother and was also startled in his heart. What kind of figure is Miao Ying's mother? If someone messes with her, they get transferred immediately. Truly untouchable. So last time I forcibly kissed her, wasn't that even more dangerous? Then Zhao Yu heard the sound of water and definitely guessed she was taking a bath. His heart was full of regret. Why didn't I install a camera? This itching in my heart is unbearable. Zhao Yu fell asleep, and in his dream, Zhao Yu dreamed again that Miao Ying had just finished her bath. Zhao Yu, wearing an invisibility cloak, came before her and directly pushed her down. In the next second, he was about to take off her clothes and play cards, but unexpectedly the clothes wouldn't come off. At this moment, Zhao Yu woke up. Unexpectedly, even in a dream, he wasn't allowed a little satisfaction. A little later, the two went to the suspect Han Jun's house to inquire about the situation. According to the situation, Han Wenjun was indeed very rich and had previously worked with Chung Sanli. Moreover, he was the captain of the survey team and familiar with blasting techniques. Furthermore, in the kidnapping case that year, there was indeed someone familiar with blasting techniques who buried the hostages inside. Miao Ying was very curious. There are clearly no records of Han Jun in the police force. How did you find out? Zhao Yu then explained, I think the hostages died in Cheng Sanli's mine shaft, so that means the culprit very likely once worked for him. Then I went through Cheng Sanli's relationships one by one, and finally found Han Wenjun. Miao Ying reminded, if you want to investigate, don't forget one person, his younger son, Cheng Guangming. That's his closest relative. Zhao Yu, hearing the word close, thought of the spring dream from the morning and moved closer to Miao Ying, saying, I dreamed about you last night. Miao Ying was very confused and asked, so, what was I doing in the dream? Zhao Yu also smiled wickedly and confirmed, I dreamed you were bathing. So apart from bathing, did you dream of anything else? As she spoke, Miao Ying pinched Zhao Yu until his stomach stretched. So Zhao Yu, while running away, confirmed, I only dreamed you were bathing. The scene changed to inside the interrogation room. The person in front was named Cheng Guangming. He had once stabbed Xia Gang several times and had to go to jail sentenced to 10 years. And that Xia Gang who was stabbed was the culprit behind the ruin of Cheng Guangming's entire family, causing his family to be scattered. He was originally a rising star. In a short period, he suddenly acquired many industries competing for business with our family. He would rather suffer losses than let our family live peacefully. In the end, he forced my father into bankruptcy, frequently sent debt collectors to harass and beat people. My older sister was raped by people they hired. That car accident was definitely not an accident. Later, my father fell seriously ill and my mother hanged herself. I immediately collapsed. I looked at my whole family lying in front of me. I swore I must perish together with him. Only by killing him could I resolve the hatred in my heart. After hearing Cheng Guangming's tragic story, Zhao Yu immediately wondered, did Xia Gang suddenly become rich? Cheng Guangming also honestly recalled, it seems around 95 he suddenly rose up and started to confront our family. With the clues collected, the time Xia Gang rose up was 5 years after the kidnapping case. It's possible he used the ransom money from the kidnapping case to build his career. Some also speculate he might have gotten rich from loan sharking. Suddenly, Zhang Jingfeng found an old photo. From the photo, it could be seen that Xia Gang Han Wenjun and also Gao Yang were former comrades. Among them, Xia Gang and Han Wenjun were now both successful in business. Only Gao Yang had died due to mental illness. Moreover, the signature of the relative was Gao Qian, and Gao Qian was one of the mothers of the missing children in the kidnapping case. Furthermore, Gao Yang previously did business selling medicinal herbs in the M area, which was the location for the ransom transaction. All the clues were linked together. Gao Yang was familiar with the terrain and could evade police pursuit. Han Wenjun was familiar with blasting techniques. The hostages in the cave were all blown up by him. And Xia Gang was once a local police officer familiar with police methods, and could easily solve the problem of tracking devices. But what everyone couldn't understand was why Gao Yang would kidnap his own nephew, and even kill him. It's very possible that because of this, he became mentally ill. Miao Ying immediately ordered to divide people to investigate Gao Yang's situation in the mental hospital, as well as Gao Qian's situation, and to clearly investigate the relationship between the three of them and Cheng Sanli. Then Captain Miao asked Zhao Yu out privately. Zhao Yu thought Captain Miao wanted to date him, but Captain Miao raised her fist, intending to punch him. Talking seriously with you, and you're still so flippant. Zhao Yu still didn't give up. Hitting me also hurts a lot. How about we make a date some night and talk slowly? I'll let you hit a soft spot. Captain Miao pinched his butt and said with a smile, all right, tonight it is then. Who would have thought that among the criminals in the child kidnapping case there would also be the child's uncle? How on earth could he do it? In the end, he even killed him. Regarding this, Captain Miao and Zhao Yu thought about it for a long time, but couldn't figure it out. Even if they are the real kidnappers, even now there's no evidence to arrest them. And Zhao Yu, having just had his butt pinched, kept complaining. Captain Miao, seeing this, hit Zhao Yu's butt with a fan again. Zhao Yu was forced to admit defeat immediately. Right. Right now these are all our speculations, no evidence. Moreover, now that they are all successful in business, they will definitely hire the best lawyers to defend themselves. Captain Miao occasionally hit him. You really have to think of a way to take the initiative. Zhao Yu, with a dog-like expression, looked at Captain Miao. Do you have any brilliant ideas? Captain Miao smiled slyly and said, it seems they all have nephews and sons. How about we kidnap them and see, or you quickly think of a way. Zhao Yu, looking at this devilish Miao, felt uneasy all over. Why does she keep thinking of these gangster methods? But then again, why did Gao Yang kidnap his own nephew, if at first the three of them only intended to rob a car and basically didn't expect his nephew to be on it? And when he saw his nephew Gao Yang, was shocked. The other two, after knowing this car belonged to a rich family, ended up robbing both the people and the car. To avoid being exposed, they could only kill them all. At that time, Gao Yang must have had a dispute with the other two. After killing someone, Gao Yang couldn't bear the pain of killing his nephew, and then went to a mental hospital. The other two took the ransom money, and their businesses grew bigger and bigger. A little later, Captain Miao grabbed Zhao Yu's ear, waking him up. Who doesn't have a grumpy temper when just waking up, let alone this hot-tempered Zhao Yu? Captain Miao shouted. The whole team is working overtime late at night, and only you are sleeping soundly like a log there. Zhao Yu thought to himself, this person can deploy people with just a word. Can't provoke, can't provoke. Then he began to admit defeat. Colleagues seeing this scene all thought, it's truly a case of one thing subduing another. They really are a match. In the afternoon, Zhao Yu attended Tao Jia and Zhang Jia's engagement ceremony. Zhao Yu, seeing his ex-girlfriend from his previous life again, no longer had any lingering feelings in his heart. After all, the Tao Jia of this life was not the Tao Jia Zhao Yu once knew. Tao Jia, seeing Zhao Yu arrive, was also very happy, and even wanted Zhao Yu to be her son's godfather. The two were talking and laughing when suddenly a voice called from behind. The two turned their heads and saw the person who came was Xia Gang. Zhao Yu was immediately startled, then smiled and said, "Speak of the devil." Then a middle-aged man stepped forward and said, "I don't have much time. To put it briefly, I've taken a fancy to your wife. Name your price." At that moment, his incompetent son ran over and called, "Dad, let me handle my own affairs." "Can you handle it yourself? By the time you handle it, the person you like will have run off with someone else." Only then did Zhao Yu understand. It turned out his son had taken a fancy to Tao Jia and currently regarded him as Tao Jia's fiancé. "Then watch me perform." Zhao Yu stepped forward and affirmed, "I'm not a greedy person. 8 million yuan will do." Tao Jia angrily pinched Zhao Yu's hand. "Don't mess around. Aren't you selling me?" On the other side, the smug Uncle CEO said, "See? That's how people are. For 8 million yuan, he can sell his own woman." As he spoke, he took out a checkbook. He had no idea that this was Zhao Yu's plan to expose his true colors. Zhao Yu stepped forward and said loudly, "As the chairman of a 2G group, yet you do such an immoral thing as buying and selling women. Aren't you afraid of losing face?" Xia Gang calmly replied, "You brat, watch your words. Fixing you is as easy as crushing a worm. I advise you to take the money and scram. Don't bring trouble upon yourself." Zhao Yu also confidently introduced himself. "Forgot to introduce myself. I am Officer Zhao Yu of the 2nd Sub-Bureau. Recently, I've been in charge of investigating the special kidnapping case from 26 years ago. I dare not accept this money. If I get disciplined for accepting dirty money, how can I investigate Cheng San Li Han Wenjun and Su Yang?" Xia Gang's expression immediately changed. "You brat, you're good. Just you wait." As he spoke, he turned to leave. Zhao Yu's hand holding the invisible listening device stopped in midair. Before he could attach it to him, a woman suddenly rushed over and hugged him tightly. "Who is this handsome guy, Jia? Why didn't you introduce me?" Hearing the commotion, Zhao Yu felt a heavy weight pressing down on him. He stared at the woman in front of him with a full bust, not only not feeling happy but also cursing inwardly because the listening device was still hovering in the air, forced to be attached to this unrelated woman. Fortunately, he had already attached a camera to Xia Gang earlier. If he couldn't hear the sound, at least he could see the image. The woman also gradually calmed down, picked up the phone that had just been bumped and handed it to Xia Gang's son with an apologetic look. "Wait." The image on the phone screen. Zhao Yu snatched the phone. "Hey, what are you doing with my phone?" Zhao Yu pointed to the woman on the screen and asked, "Who is this?" "What's wrong? This is my mother." Zhao Yu couldn't believe it, staring at the phone. This person looked exactly like the reconstructed photo of the 33-year-old Liang Sisi that the police had collected before. Even the mole was in the same position. So he continued to ask, "Then where is that person? Where is that person now?" "When I was 1 year old, she died of illness." "Why are you asking this?" Zhao Yu frowned tightly, not understanding what relationship this Liang Sisi had with his mother. In the office building of the group, Xia Gang skillfully entered the office password. All his actions were captured by Zhao Yu. He conveniently noted down the door lock password. Then Zhao Yu saw him continuously making phone calls. Zhao Yu on this side was anxious, completely unable to hear what he was saying. He only saw him throw a cup to the ground, his body trembling non-stop, opening a desk drawer as if searching for something. What is he doing? A pistol appeared before his eyes. Does he want to commit suicide or does he want to kill someone? Then he hid the gun behind his back, slowly opened the secret room behind the bookshelf, and strode inside. Very quickly, a long-haired woman appeared on the bed where there was light. Zhao Yu became excited. This Xia Gang actually hides a beautiful woman in his office. But when he saw the woman's face clearly, Zhao Yu immediately felt a chill run from the soles of his feet to the top of his head. This woman was Liang Sisi, who had been missing for 26 years. This bastard actually hid her here. Does he want to kill Liang Sisi? Late at night, Zhao Yu drove at high speed on the road, watching Xia Gang and Liang Sisi's figures on the surveillance screen, his heart burning with anxiety. Currently, the M case has no evidence whatsoever. We can't do anything to Xia Gang. Liang Sisi is the only surviving hostage from that year. She is the only evidence. If she is killed by Xia Gang and disposed of, it will be terrible. Who did he call just now? Who on earth made him suddenly develop murderous intent? Zhao Yu began to rack his brains and finally locked onto Han Wenjun. It was Han Wenjun's family who told him the police had come. Currently, there is no evidence to prove it's Liang Sisi. The police team cannot send support. It's just me alone. Zhao Yu frowned. In this urgent situation, he noticed the watch on his wrist. He remembered Miao Ying once said this thing could be located, so he came up with a plan. At this time, Miao Ying was still working overtime at the bureau. The phone rang. As soon as she answered, she heard Zhao Yu's panicked voice. "Captain Niu, hurry up. I found Liang Sisi. Come here quickly." Before she could finish speaking, she heard a burst of fighting sounds. "Damn it! Who are you people? Damn it! Let go of each other!" Then there was no more sound. Miao Ying on the other end anxiously called Zhao Yu's name loudly, but he didn't answer for a long time. And all of this was just a play acted out by Zhao Yu. He took out his invisibility suit and walked straight towards the building. In his heart, he prayed that Miao Ying could find someone to help him. Outside Xia Gang's building, 2 security guards were on duty. Suddenly, the automatic door opened. The 2 were so scared they broke into a cold sweat thinking it was a ghost. After Zhao Yu got inside, he found there were still people guarding the office door. The invisibility suit is only effective for 5 minutes. If I think of another way, I'm afraid it will be too late. The only way is to use force. Zhao Yu gathered all his strength and punched one of the 2 men straight. The other person didn't react in time, completely unaware of what was happening. His comrade had already fallen to the ground. A similar heavy force also attacked him. After dealing with the 2, Zhao Yu pressed the door lock password from memory. The door opened. The invisibility suit also expired. Zhao Yu couldn't worry anymore and strode inside. At this time, Liang Cixi had skillfully finished showering and walked out of the bathroom. She thought she would be welcomed with love, but unexpectedly it was a hot lead bullet. Just as Xia Gang was about to make his move, Zhao Yu rushed over in time and kicked him. Want to kill someone to silence them? You're finished. He quickly subdued Xia Gang. Suddenly a loud bang was heard. Zhao Yu's shoulder suddenly spurted blood. In the moment he fell, he turned his head and saw Liang Cixi wrapped in a bath towel holding Xia Gang's gun, looking bewildered, pointing it at him. Zhao Yu was extremely confused. I came to save you! Have you been brainwashed by Xia Gang? Seeing Liang Cixi still pointing the gun at Zhao Yu without moving, Xia Gang from behind glared and roared, Shoot! Shoot him dead! Liang Cixi trembled with fear. Xia Gang jumped up from the ground and snatched the gun from Liang Cixi's hand. At this moment he wanted to kill not Zhao Yu, but the only witness, Liang Cixi. If Liang Cixi died, it would truly be death without corroboration. At this moment, Zhao Yu couldn't wait another second. He stood up and kicked Xia Gang straight. Fortunately, the shot just now hit the ceiling. Liang Cixi was pressed to the ground. Xia Gang, seeing the situation, was not good, fled. Zhao Yu afraid. Liang Cixi was in danger, turned his head and asked her, Are you okay? Zhao Yu hurriedly helped her up and found there were still signs of life. It should be nothing serious. Then he took off his coat and covered her because her nightgown was too revealing. He stood up and chased in the direction Xia Gang had fled. Suddenly a loud bang was heard. Xia Gang flew several meters and fell backward. Zhao Yu stood stunned on the spot, looking towards the door. The person who came was none other than his good partner, Miao Ying. In that moment, Zhao Yu was full of confidence and was just about to wave hello when Miao Ying rushed over. Zhao Yu hurriedly dodged. Before his voice could even come out, he heard gunshots. Zhao Yu was pushed down by Miao Ying. Before he could even feel the joy, he saw Xia Gang's bodyguards rushing in.